The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Cool Winds Farms, thestable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Welcome, folks, to Morrow County Fair and Mount Gilead, Ohio. Beautiful, beautiful day, 72 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. I'm Tom Pye, the harness guy, with Susan Schroeder. Matt Clark is behind the camera. We have 12 races today, including 10 Ohio Fair Conference stake races. We have 3 for 2-year-old filly trotters, 3 for 2-year-old colt paces, 2 divisions of 3-year-old colt trotters, and 2 divisions of 3-year-old filly trotters. There's also a Bill Taylor Memorial free-for-all pace, and the final race in the card is a condition race for maidens. Susan, looks like a good day here today.
Absolutely. We've got some trainers that are going to be incredibly busy, too. We've got Chris Beaver, Betty Clegg, and Hank Levan each have 7 horses in, and Rosie Weaver's got 6, so they are going to be busy back in the barn area.
Plus, we unfortunately, there's no have any betting here, so we're going to roll the races along pretty good. But there's a great, we have 4 pacing races and 8 trotters today. And again, we have it's going to be a busy schedule. I'm going to see how organized those folks are, because
Yeah.
I get hectic with 3. Believe me, it's bad enough, but for 7. But if you have good help,
Yeah.
it always is a plus.
Absolutely. You need great help to get 7 horses raced in a short afternoon of racing. But as Tom said, it is a beautiful day here. It's nice and cool up in the grandstand, and just going to be a great day of racing.
Yeah, we're in the shade in the grandstand, and it's nice. I think this was built about 25 years ago, the grandstand with the overhang. It was smart. And the sun is... Oh, here I go with my directions. I should have brought my compass. It's right directly overhead right now. But in the first race, it's a 3-year-old colt trot. We're about ready to come out to the track, onto the track, so we'll just get a little rundown. Number 1 is Gotta Have Rhythm, trained and owned by Rory Moore. It's a 3-year-old colt by Jitterbug, and he has 28 lifetime starts, 1 win, 7 starts, 9 thirds. Ken Holliday will be in the sulky. Incidentally, go to
Harness Racing Ohio.
Thank you, Susan. You did see my cue there. I get those words mixed up, but and pick up a program, and you can follow along. Number 2 is
Asian Zing. Rosie Weaver will drive, so that is a change from the program driver. Rosie Weaver also trains and owns this colt along with Heartland Acres. This is a Don't You Forget It out of a Guccio mare. 11 of 15 first, seconds, or thirds, has won 7 starts this year. Last win was at Northfield in 156, also won at Marysville in 2-1 and 2. Last 2 starts have trotted in 55 and 2 and 56 and 3, so a nice fast colt.
It has got 90,000 lifetime and 27 lifetime starts. Last 2 starts, as you said, were with the Ohio Stake and the Buckeye Stallion Series. Number 3 is Rose Run Yakim, or Yakim? Yakim, that's close enough. Chris Beaver trained, part owner with T. Holman and Jay Burnett and Steve Zehandler. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Triumphant Cavalier out of Incredible Fortuna by Credit Winner. 23 starts, 3 wins, 8 seconds, 1/3, $36,490 this year, and has a mark of 2 minutes in 5th at Spring Garden Ranch. Now it's coming off a mile at Scioto. It cut the mile. He cut the mile, went a mile down the 3/4 in 1:27. He went a mile in 57 and 2. Got beat a length and a half. This is a nice colt too. Rose Run Yakim.
Global Icon has the 4-hole. This is another trained and owned by Rory Moore, also bred. So the 1 and the 4 horse Rory's had since they were tiny babies. Global Icon. Doc Halliday will drive. This is a Global Republic colt out of Ultra Perfect, who is by Perfectly. 10 starts this year, has not hit the board. Last year had 14 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 3/3. Last start out was at Hicksville, where he trotted in 2, 9, and 3. Start before that, Croton trotted in 2, 6, and 4.
Definitely a nice, and as you said, Rory Moore owned, trained, and bred. He's had them, probably had the mama and the papa.
You get pretty attached to those horses when you have mom and you have those babies and raise them up from when they're just born.
Well, the one gal I know, she says how she's had his mama and his mama's mama, and she says I quoted this just yesterday. She says his mama wouldn't wear trotting boots behind or something like that. And I said, the great quote from Billy O'Donnell, he says, while my mother wore high heels, he says, I wouldn't be too sporty in them. And that's Billy O'Donnell. He's not only a great driver, he's a great wit. So this is we're waiting for the post parade. We've got 2 on the track. And this is there from all directions, all points of the compass here at Mount Gilead. And if you win and you're down by the head of the stretch, it's almost a 1/4 mile run down to the winner's circle.
Yeah. Long ways, but well worth it. I want to welcome everybody that's joining us. We've got lots of people watching already from all over Ohio. David from Florida. As David mentioned, another good day for the owners. 50 horses are entered in the stake races, and only 2 will not get a check. So that is really nice when you've got just as many horses as you've got checks to give out.
We've got 2 out, 2 to go.
Hopefully the money's still in the bank account before the last race.
Yeah.
So that's, it is, we got 4 horses in it. As Susan's mentioned before, the 5th place money, which is 5% of the purse, and this purse is $5,548.
Oh, probably photo finish.
Up here.
They go. The winner gets the extra 5%.
55. Nice check to walk out of here.
Say the purses are $5,000, and I raced 20 years ago in the Invitational, and this was like a major New England track. Was only 4,500. So these are great purses. You got great horses. That's why the horse industry in Ohio is vibrant. It is worth your time and money and efforts.
Yeah, and there's a place for everybody. I mean, we have everything from the Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, and then the Fair Circuit, which is not easy. The Fair Circuit's not easy.
It's, they say, years ago in Ohio, 210 would get you a lot of money, but those days are long gone. The 2-year-old trotting colts at Scioto the other night, I believe people are talking, I think they went 151 or something.
Yeah, I believe that was a new track record there, so it's, they're definitely fast.
Smoking, that is.
Yep.
Smoking.
Getting ready for Super Night at Scioto, which will be a week from Saturday, so September 9th. Getting excited for that. That's going to be a great night. They're going to have the what we would call the consolations, the second bunch of horses, and the championship. So the Scarlet and the Gray will all race in that same night, as well as the Jim Ewart Memorial and the Charlie Hill Memorial. So could have up to 18 races, $3.7 million in purses that night. It's going to be an absolutely great night. If any of you have not been to Scioto Downs yet, you need to come because the facility is wonderful. They're going to have lots of food trucks. If you can't get a reservation into the clubhouse, they're going to have lots of food trucks out, and it's going to be a really, really special night.
I might make that down to the new Scioto Downs, because that is was a show place in its time, and of course they put a lot of renovations in there, a lot of efforts, and a great racing, great night of racing.
Yeah,
we are still mulling around. We're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4. I count 4.
I think we were waiting for the ambulance. The ambulance just drove across the track, so maybe. But it looks great now. We've got lots of barns. I'm not sure what all the barns are for, but we've got, I don't know what that little shed is down there. Looks like a tiny grandstand. I don't know if.
Well, that's where the judges, and they do have programs there.
Well, the judges aren't up in there.
They are. Well, they were before the race. They're making all the drivers, everyone putting their entry fees in.
Speed office.
Speed office
is there. Okay.
Open air speed office.
Yeah.
And they are waiting for the ambulance. Now I did see it downtown.
No, it did come in.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
David Myrick said that Susan, we just saw Don Irvin Jr. heading under the grandstand. I just want to make it clear that there is no wagering here.
Yeah.
I think he had to come over and take his breathalyzer probably and heading back. Rosie's over on the other side over there. So she brought Robin Miller with her today, too, so she's got quite a bit of help back there.
I saw that Robin was down to drive.
Oh, is he?
Something, yes. What in the 7th race, Robin Miller's going to drive Eckhart Hill Carey.
Here is the post parade. Your announcer airs Ratliff.
That's the Kona post for today's first race. 3-year-old colt trotters, a purse of $5,548. This one sponsored by the Morrow County Fair. Rosie Weaver drives the 2, Rory Moore on 4. One has got to have rhythm. Ken Holliday in the bike. 2 is Asian Zing, driver change to Rosie Weaver. 3, Rose Run Yakim and Emmanuel Miller. And the 4, Global Icon, driver change Rory Moore in the sulky. That's the field for the first race, Rosie Weaver.
Okay, so we have a couple of driver changes. Rosie Weaver will drive the 2, Asian Zing, and Rory Moore is going to drive the 4, Global Icon. So now we can say Rory is breeder, owner, trainer, and driver.
And probably the groom, too.
Probably taking care of this, yeah. This, some of these colts have been racing so well, as we said. Gotta have rhythm is 9 of 13 first, seconds, or thirds this year. Asian Zing 11 of 15, and Rose Run Yakim 12 of 22. So all of them have been racing so well at the fairs.
This would be, it's going to be a good race if there was betting, which there isn't, but I believe Asian Zing would be the prohibitive favorite, probably at 1-5. And got to keep an eye on the 2, 3 I should say, 2-3, just for me.
That's your picks, okay. I'm going to keep track of your picks today.
Please don't throw back at me, please.
Your mythical bankroll. Okay, let's turn it over to Ayers.
Top of the stretch for this year's first race, and here they come. They're off and trotting, and it's Asian Zing going out there seeking the top. Rose Run Yakeem is now looking to drop into the pocket. It's Gotta Have Rhythm, who's there in third. Global Icon has now settled in at the back as they move around the turn. That's the quartet as they now trot onto the opening quarter. So it's Rosie Weaver. She's got Asian Zing out there and on the lead. The lead is 2 lengths. Off stride at the back, Global Icon. But it's Asian Zing. That one will be the one to knock off. Rose Run Yakeem is a right tight second. It's a Gotta Have Rhythm in third, and Global Icon is way back trailing the quarter, 31 and 2. On into the turn they go. Asian Zing high stepping it out there, leading the way. In their second is Rose Run Yakeem. Gotta Have Rhythm is there in third. Global Icon, the distant trailer, off stride again. So they straighten away and move down here to the halfway mile mark of the race where Asian Zing is the leader. Rose Run Yakeem is nose to helmet in second. Gotta Have Rhythm is in third. And Global Icon is not firing today as they went on by the half. All chasing Asian Zing. Asian Zing leads them there in 103 and 4. In there to be second is still Rose Run Yakeem. It's a Gotta Have Rhythm in third. And Global Icon, they now straighten up into the back stretch and press onto 3/4. And Rosie Weaver has let Asian Zing out just a notch, now leading the way by almost 2. Rose Run Yakeem is there in second. Gotta Have Rhythm is in third, and Global Icon still the trailer as they continue by 3/4 and 135 and 2, and it's Asian Zing the leader. Rose Run Yakeem is trying to crank up from the pocket. Gotta Have Rhythm is third. Gotta Have Rhythm is now off stride as they come to the top of the stretch. Asian Zing popping to the outside. Rose Run Yakeem. Asian Zing. Rose Run Yakeem on the outside, Asian Zing at the rail, and Asian Zing takes them all the way to the wire. Rose Run Yakeem finishing second. Gotta Have Rhythm was third. Time of the mile, 2:05 and 4.
With the last quarter, 30 and 2, Rosie Weaver was just on cruise control. Started out 2-3-1, ended 2-3-1. Just finished as a whole mile, but that was a nice mile last half in 102. And Rose Run Yakeem gets win number, Asian King gets win number 8 this year out of 15 starts.
Yeah, it raced really well. Both of those colts just staying flat. I mean, that's the whole thing with these trotters. Just stay flat. You can make a bunch of money at the fairs.
Stay flat and stay on top, they always say.
Yeah.
Yes,
Asian Zing, as you pointed out earlier, has already made almost 47,000. Adds another 2,600 to that. So a little bit more than that because she gets the 5% too. So a nice finish for Asian Zing.
Over 92,000, or close to 93,000 lifetime. This was a Buckeye Classic. Yearling purchase of $21,000 has paid for himself 3 times over, 4 times. But we have to get the official. Here comes the lucky winners. They get their exercise too today. And the trainer's coming down.
Got to run along the fence line. So I'm not sure where
right in front of us.
I'm going to have the.
The gate down here never got unlocked, so there's only 2 draw gates. So they ran all the way down here and were locked out.
Oh no. Well, that's not good. We need the key.
Here he comes. There's a man with the keys. The locksmith.
Right.
There we go.
It's a good thing they didn't have to call a locksmith. That's,
And here is Rosie Weaver with Asian King. So we'll send it up to Ayers for the winner's circle presentation.
Coming back stands after winning the first race today, it is the 2 Asian Zing. Asian Zing is a 3-year-old, bay-gutted son of Don't You Forget It, out of HP Guccio Girl by Guccio. Oh My Rosie Weaver in Heartland Acres. Rosie Weaver trains, and Rosie Weaver is the winning driver. Time of the mile, 2:05 and 4. Blanket sponsor, the Chris Page Stables. Asian Zing led him from flag fall to that's all here in the race 1, making every pole a winning one, 2:05 and 4. Gotta Have Rhythm was third. Asian Zing, the race winner. Rose Run Yakim, second. Global Icon, fourth. 3, 1, 2, 4 on the bottom. 31 and 2. 103 and 4. 135 and 2. The mile time 2:05 and 4.
Good, the water truck is running. They were working on that this morning. They had the hood up, and there was like 4 guys with their heads in there wrenching on something. That got a little dusty there.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Here it comes now. There's the water truck.
Upcoming second race, we have Rosie
Well, that was the first division of the 3-year-old colt trot. They will be coming back in the fifth race of the 2-year-old colt trot. What we're coming up now is a few words from our sponsors. We'll see you shortly.
The Morrow County Agricultural Society is the oldest organization in its area. Formed in 1850, it was created after Morrow residents heard about successful fairs in the surrounding counties. They set out to host one of their own. So, after a few months of planning, the first Morrow County Fair was held in Mount Gilead, Ohio. The local Baptist church was used to display farm produce and women's handiwork, while cattle, sheep, and hogs were exhibited in rail fence pens at the town square. No admission was charged, but premiums were paid out of entry fees. The Morrow County Fair and harness racing grew hand in hand. The original racetrack proved too small, so in 1863, the present site of the fairgrounds was purchased for the sole purpose of building a new track. The races drew horsemen and fans from all over. It was reported that standardbred breeders even began to move to the county for the sulky-oriented community. Harness racing was the fair's main attraction for many decades. Today, the Morrow County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, and they host 2 days of live-action harness racing.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fairs. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 21 fairs in 19 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
We are back for the second race. I'm going to give you the 2 driver changes that we have here, and then we'll look at these horses. Passionate Promise, the 2 horse, will be driven by Rosie Weaver, and the 5, Lennox Hill, Don Irvine Jr. So this is the first of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old filly trot. Purse of $5,655. Uncle Pete's Secret, Pierce Henry up for trainer Mike Sweeney. Patrick Sweeney and Lemmer Racing own this Uncle Peter filly. She's out of a Muscle Yankees mare, Muscle Secret. Won 2 starts back at Napoleon in 2, 5, and 4, and that is her mark this year. She also was second at Hicksville in 2, 9, and 1.
Number 2 is Passionate Promise. It's a 3-year-old filly by Creatine out of Facial Expressions by Full Count. It's owned, trained, and driven by Rosie Weaver, and also in partnership with Heartland Acres. This is a filly. She's got 15 starts, no wins, 6 seconds, and 2 thirds. She's a bridesmaid, but she's picked up $22,000 $594 this year. Good mile at Tiffin in 2-3, and she has been timed in the Buckeye Stallion Series in July. Just a short 6 weeks ago, she trotted in 56 and 4.
Sugarloaf and Emmanuel Miller have the 3-hole. Chris Beavers, the trainer. Steve Seward from Paris, Kentucky, is the owner of this Triumph and Caviar filly. She's out of a Muscles Yankee mare called Classical Mary. She is 14 of 20 first, seconds, or thirds, earnings of just about $34,000. Took her mark 3 starts ago at Northfield Park, and a non-winners of 1 parimutuel lifetime late closure race, and that was in 157 and 3. Has a pair of thirds since then, one at Salina and one at Greenville.
Number 4 is Smoldering. It's trained and driven by Bud High here at Cardington, Ohio, and owned by Corey High. This is a 3-year-old filly by What the Hill out of Maple Grove. Smoky by Donna Rail. She has 5 starts, 4 thirds. She's a dependable third. She had 4 thirds in a row. This last start at Wellington, she made a break. It was distance, but she shows 2.5 and 2 and 2.6. She's consistent, and as long as she did make a break at Wellington, they went in 59 and 1. So with the last quarter in 29 and 1, that's an excuse. And poor little old Smoldering sort of fizzled out in that last quarter.
And the 5-horse Lennox Hill, Don Irvine Jr. up for trainer Herman Hagerman. Hagerman Racing, Autobahn Racing Stable from Brewster own this What the Hill filly. She's out of an SJ's Photo mare, Armbro Archer. 21 starts this year, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. Last win was at Bowling Green in 6 and 1. Last start at Wilmington, she trotted in 2 minutes and 4/5. Had no starts as a 2-year-old, but's made $23,000 already this year.
And looking at over the prices, she was at Ohio Select yearling at $46,000. A nice price for the What the Hill filly. Also on Passionate Promise was $19,000 at the Ohio Select sale, and at Smoldering was $12,000 at the Ohio Select. So we have a couple of homebreds in here, and we got a couple of nice fillies. Well-bred, brought the good price.
And I believe the Ohio Selected sale is coming up pretty soon. If my memory serves me, I think it's September 15th. Right before the Jug Week.
Yes.
Okay, let's turn it over to Ayers for the post parade of the second race.
And that's the call to post for the second race. 3-year-old filly trotters, a purse of $5,655. Rosie Weaver's on the 2, Donovan Jr. on 5. 1 is Uncle Pete's Secret. Pierce Henry drives. 2 is Passionate Promise. Driver change. Rosie Weaver. Weaver on 2. 3 is Sugar Loaf and Emmanuel Miller. 4 Smoldering with Bud High. And the 5 Lennox Hill. Driver change. Donovan Jr. in the sulky. Field for the second race. Rosie Weaver.
As we were talking about, the Ohio Selected Jug Sale is Friday, September 15th at the Pickaway Agricultural and Event Center in Circleville, Ohio. That's right at the Pickaway Fairgrounds. I believe that they are having a showing and party the night before. So on Thursday, September 14th, you can go over and look at the colts and fillies that are available, and I think they're even going to feed you.
Get a freebie. That sounds, I might be down there.
You might be. Also, this week at the Blooded Horse sale on August 30th, so that would be, Wednesday, they're having their mixed sale, but they're also going to have a lot of yearlings in that. So a couple of opportunities coming up really soon if you're interested in buying into the yearling game here in Ohio.
You know, Susan, where can folks log on or get more information on joining a partial owner? Because there are many of them, many good stables that are out there.
Yeah.
And believe me, they have fun. They have a group of folks they never met before, and their common interest is harness racing, and they enjoy themselves.
Yeah, there is quite a few of the fractional ownerships out there, and if you're interested in that, you can call the OHHA office and we can get you a list of them, and then you can talk to the different managers of the racing stable or the trainers that are there. Yeah, it's a fun thing to do. It doesn't cost you much.
No, and you can also watch all the races on Facebook with us. And
Starting gate is rolling.
so from the comfort of your TV, as one fella says, well, I just was sitting down, opened up a cold can of energy drink and a bag of popcorn watching the races and enjoy themselves. Here's Ayers with a call of the second here at Morrow County, Mount Gilead.
For the second race, and here they come. Passionate Promise is on a break. They're off and trotting in a Sugarloaf who fires out there looking for the lead. Uncle Pete Secret's on the inside, the outside Smoldering in third. Off stride fourth went Lennox Hill and the trailer Passionate Promise. Moving around the turn and heading on into the back stretch, and out there with the lead, it's Sugarloaf and Manny Miller leading them out there by a length and a quarter. Uncle Pete Secret is there in second. Trotting along in third is Smoldering. Then comes Lennox Hill and Passionate Promise. Driving by the opening fraction here, and Manny Miller's out there with the lead. He's got Sugarloaf in 32 seconds. In their second is Uncle Pete's Secret. It's Smoldering in third. To the outside, Lennox Hill is fourth, and that trailer, Passionate Promise, who has caught the others as they move around the turn. Off stride again, Lennox Hill. So out there and with the lead, it is Sugarloaf. In there to be second, Uncle Pete's Secret. It's Smoldering who's trotting in third. Passionate Promise is there in fourth, and Lennox Hill has lost her stride and cannot find it as they move on by the half in 104 and 1. On into that turn they go. Sugarloaf is the leader. There in second is still Uncle Pete's Secret. It's Smoldering in third. Passionate Promise is there in fourth with Lennox Hill as they move around the turn, and they'll head up the backside, pressing onto three-quarters. Sugarloaf is still the one to catch. In their second, Uncle Pete's Secret. It's Smoldering in third. Passionate Promise is there fourth with Lennox Hill as they move by that three-quarter mile mark of the race in 1:35 and 2, moving around the final turn. And the leader is Sugarloaf, and Sugarloaf has stepped out now by 3. In their second is Uncle Pete's Secret. Smoldering is still third. Through the stretch they come on their drive for the wire, and it's Sugarloaf. Sugarloaf has them on top here, and Sugarloaf will win. In their second, Uncle Pete's Secret. Smoldering is third. Time of the mile 2:04 1/5.
Ooh, that's quarter and 28 and 4 unofficial.
Wow.
Ooh, unofficial. I have 3, 1, 4, 5, 2.
I think that's why they were a little spread out there coming down the lane. They were bunched up pretty close, but then they spread out a lot, and I can see why with the last quarter in 28 and 4.
That will keep. That'll separate
Them out.
the ladies from the girls. But she is a Triumphant Caviar, Stephen Stewart of Paris, Kentucky, bred and owned. Steve Stewart has the old site of Stoner Creek Stud. That's a beautiful, beautiful horse area down there. But comes to Ohio because he knows Ohio has great racing.
Somebody asked when is the Sire Stakes final, and that is September 9th. So at Scioto Downs, it's going to be an early post. I think they're going to start at 5 o'clock because if we do have 18 races, it's going to be hard to get 18 done by midnight. So 5 o'clock, Scioto Downs, September 9th, Super Night, and the Charlie Hill and Jim Ewert Memorial races.
Kind of a nice night. And quality racing. They have a great, as you said, food carts. It's a great, if you like racing, if they return the Warner Circle. This is Sugarloaf. And how sweet it is.
Back in front of the stands, another gate-to-wire winner here in the second race, the 3 Sugarloaf, a 3-year-old bay filly by Triumphant Caviar, and a classical Married by Muscles Yankee. On by Steve Stewart. Christopher Beaver is the trainer. Emmanuel Miller, the winning driver. Time of the mile, 2:04 and 1. Winner of the fastest division, 3-year-old filly trot will get the Morco Electric. Blanket there sponsored by Corey High. Uncle Pete's Secret was second. Passionate Promise fifth. Sugarloaf, the winner. Smoldering was third. Lenox Hill, fourth. 251, 34, 32, 104 and 1, 135 and 2, 204 and 1.
No backflip out of Cliftonville today.
I know. Kind of was waiting. I've been waiting for that again. That was at Croton, wasn't it?
He did it at Lima too, I think it
did he?
was. Yeah, Callie Red, I think, won. He's trying to time it where, like right where Brad Conrad or whoever would, take the picture, and he'd be midair, which I hope it works out. I want to see it if it does.
Well, he can just stand there and just flip around. It's kind of amazing. I don't know how anybody can do it.
I know we can.
I know we can. You're right, Tom.
I definitely know I can. I can do if I said I could probably go to the top of the stairs and somebody gave me a little shove backwards. Like I'd do 3 or 4 backwards flips.
On the way down.
But I wouldn't get up.
So there we have 2 races in the books. We're going to come back with race number 3. No driver changes that we know of. This will be the first of 3 divisions of the 2-year-old filly trot. So let's take a short break.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Okay, we are back here at the Morrow County Fair, Mount Gilead, Ohio. You know what? It's funny because I haven't been coming to the fairs this long, that long as all of our listeners have, but I forget until I drive in, and then when you drive in, then you go, oh yeah, now I remember. But today I could not find the grandstand. I must have drove in way on the other side because I could not see the grandstand. But I see there's a lot of trees and a big hill right here that's kind of covering the grandstand up.
Well, I got him, but of course I know how to come to Mount Gilead. I've been here about 4 or 5 times. But I says, I'll park behind the grandstand. I'll just drive up that little hill with the other cars. And I got there, and it was a cliff of about 30 feet. And but yeah, it's a scenic little track, as you folks can see. Nice, and with weather like this, it's just a great day to be out here.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people in the grandstand for having no wagering. That kind of always hurts the crowd a little bit, I think. But it's still a decent crowd.
They have, guarantee you we'll have good racing for you. Number 1 here for the 2-year-old filly trot. This is your first division of 3, and this is number 1 is a Chris Beaver trainee, All About Alley, and this is 9 starts, 1 win, 1 second. She's a 2-year-old filly by Long Tom out of My Way, the Highway by Muscle Massive, owned by Jay Belusak, Chris Beaver, Jay Garner, and Art Carson, and driven by Emmanuel Miller. She does show a good mile in 2:4, but that was with the break at Northfield. But she has been in 2:4. This last start, she made a break, stayed flat on the 12th in Croton, and trotted in 8-1. She's a little over her head, I believe, because there's a couple of nice more fillies in here.
Flexi Lady has the 2-hole for driver Rosie Weaver. Mark Martin, Patricia Jury and Courtney Stockmaster are the owners of this Flex the Muscle filly. She's out of Squire's Princess, who's by His Highness. 10 starts this year, 1 second, 5 thirds. Got a lot of thirds here. Last start was at Wilmington. She trotted in 2-7.
Number 3 is Benny K.L., 2-year-old filly by Enterprise out of Great Idea Jane by ABC Garland. She is owned by the Levans of Stables, Megan Levan and Max and Edward Perry of Cable, Ohio. She has 14 starts, 3 wins, 6 seconds, 2 thirds, $17,079 in a card. Took a market banner of 2, 4, and 2. She did make a break last week, but before she was second, win, second. She has 11 1, 2, 3s, and 14 starts. She might be the powerhouse, as she has trotted in 2, 4, and 2 and 2, 5. Just got to keep those little breaks off the card.
Lady Almus and Drew Neal have the 4-hole. Carl Easterday trains for Chris Easterday. This is a Triumphant Caviar out of a Conway Hall. Mare Lady Lois. Chris Easterday is also the breeder. She's had 3 starts, but has been having a little trouble staying flat. Has finished distanced each time.
Number 5 is Illuminating Sunset. 2-year-old filly by Storm and Norman out of Sunrise Nibbles by Iron Duke. Chris Beaver trains in part owner along with M. Beachy of Sugar Creek and she's a handler of Worthington. 11 starts, 1 win, 3 seconds, 1 third, $10,158 in a card. A mark of Berea of 2:10 and 2. She has trotted in 2-7 a couple of times. Has on the card, looks good, doesn't show only breaks. And as Susan said, you stay flat, you'll make money. You stay flat and be on top, you will make a lot of money.
Absolutely. Notice that Courtney Stockmaster, part owner of Flexi Lady. Courtney's sitting down below us. She was the speed superintendent at Attica for a long time. Always did an absolutely great job at the Attica Fair, Attica Independent Fair.
In Attica, Ohio.
Looks like she has joined the owning ranks now. Not speed superintendent anymore, but she's joined the owners.
Did you put the camera on Courtney? Give a wave. Smile, you're on OHH camera. Okay, so waiting for this All About Allie. She has, again, she can trot. They all can trot if they stay flat. Flexi Lady has not made a break. She only shows 1 break in a card. Benny K.L. made the break last week. Illuminating Sunset. But I believe here's a pie in the sky handicapping. I believe it's time for Benny K. if she stays flat. So
that's the big if with all these young horses, especially the young trotters and especially the filly trotters.
Filly trotters. Filly trotter can be a filly. They're like a deer, literally like and they're that skittish. And you got to be really quiet around them, unless they get set in their mind. You can get tough fillies. They can remember Classical Way, who was going back. She was 1979 when she was Trotter of the Year. But Tony Drago, right up from Cleveland, he rubbed her, and as he said, she was tough. She would bite, push, shove, kick. He says, but she loved me. And
yeah.
But she made 700,000. Beat Kentucky Futurity.
Back when 700,000, that's a lot of money in today's.
Boy, it ain't a bad little chunk of change nowadays either.
No, absolutely. Well, thank everybody for joining in. We've got people. Yeah, Matt said that there is You can't show the tote board because there
I
is no
keep
tote
wanting to
board.
whip over to it because that's just what I do everywhere else we go, and it's just not there.
Yeah.
Truck right there.
David said he thinks there's about 100 yearlings in at the Blooded Horse Sale on Wednesday for Ohio, Indiana, Canada, New York, and Pennsylvania. So you can go to the Blooded Horse Sale in Springfield, Illinois, that's held at the Champion Center now, and you can buy yourself some horses there.
Yes, and they Stiller's a good, I won't say bargain, but they are well priced, and they're you won't find anything for $500 or $600 anymore like
No.
they used to. But you've got yourself a nice. It's not like going out and buying a new car that's worth 35 or 40 or 50,000. But you get a nice animal for 15.
And that new car will never make you any money.
Absolutely.
This new Colt might make you a ton of money at some
And
point.
a new car will never love you.
That's right.
New car will never greet you in the morning with
Yep.
a knicker and ears up. So.
Absolutely.
And if you say you can't buy happiness, well, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
And they're a great animal. I mean, and they become part of the family. I know people, they keep their horses for years and years.
Yep, absolutely.
Are we out on the track? We have 1, 2, 3. We got to scan the whole. Well, they are staying up by the far turn. Now the lands, as you said, they had 7 in today, and we're going to be. That's why there's a little delay. You can't blame them. They probably run around taking the race bike and running back to get them. A lot of people, when they ship in, they will get here trying to get here really early so they can get stalls together, and it's got to the point that they're leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning. They got to get their stalls, which is true. But
Yeah, you see a lot of the vans especially get here really early so they can get things together. And Rosie, but you also see them a lot of times racing right out of their trailer, which is not, especially on a day like today, it's kind of nice. I saw down back by the barn area, there's some nice big trees, and you can park under the trees, and really pleasant to be situated there with your horses.
And folks bring their chairs, and they have their snacks that they have.
Parade them on here, guys.
Here they come. They're on the track, and I'm looking for the starting gate.
I noticed somebody said, good luck to the Sweeney stable. I have to mention, you don't see many people doing this, but I never see Mike Sweeney out on the track. If the national anthem is playing, he takes off his helmet. Just such a great tribute.
Horses on the track for race 3, 2-year-old filly trot blanket sponsored by Nichols Farms. Purse of $4,097, field of 5, no change. 1 is All About Allie with Emmanuel Miller. 2, Flexi Lady, Rosie Weaver in the bike. 3 is Benny K.L. and Hank Levan. 4, Lady Almas with Drew Neal. And the 5, Illuminating Sunset, Clifton Bell in the sulky.
That's the field for the 3rd race, no change. Here in race
Hey, that is your field for the 3rd race, a 2-year-old filly trot. For those of you who are looking for points updates, I got them done this morning, so not sure exactly how quickly they will get up on the website, but you can look for for sure by tomorrow they'll be up. Look for the Ohio Fair Championship points, so you can see where all your horses are standing. That would have been through Sunday night. So we didn't have any fair racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it was a good time to update the point standings. So that'll be on ohha.com. Also the Sire Stakes, because the 5th leg was over this weekend. So the final standings for the Sire Stakes are up. And through leg 4 of the Buckeye Stallion Series, those will be there too. Leg 5 of the Buckeye Stallion Series is all at Delaware. So the whole week at Delaware will have those 8 divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series. So a lot of things kind of coming. Doesn't seem like the summer should be over, but a lot of things are kind of coming to a head.
Ironically, it was 63 degrees this morning when I got up at 10 o'clock. No, I was earlier than that. But no, 63 degrees. It was a relief, but realization that the summer's coming to an end. Yeah. And you can see patches on the trees where the trees are starting to turn already.
Yeah, it seems like the summer went by fast.
As they say up New England, wicked fast.
Yeah.
As speaking of turning, the horses are turning for the Mike Wickenberg starting gate. It's easy for you to say, but this is the third race. This is the 2-year-old filly trot, first division. And here's up to Ayers Ratliff. 5 fillies in it to win it. Everyone gets a check today.
Two-year-old filly trotters, a purse of $4,097. Field of 5 at the top of the stretch, and here they come. Lady Almas off the gate. They're off into trotting, and it's Benny K.L. who pushed the gate away, looking to go out and take the lead. Illuminating Sunset is there in second. Flexi Lady is there in third. All About Alley is out the wood in fourth, and Lady Almas is fifth of the 5 as they move around the turn and they straighten up into the backside. Out there with the lead, it's Hank Levan and Benny K.L., the Enterprise filly. She's hot to trot on the lead by a length and a half. Illuminating Sunset. Clifton Bell has her right there in the pocket second. Flexi Lady looks them over from third. All About Alley is there in fourth, and Lady Almas is the trailer. Opening quarter in 33 seconds. Into the turn they go. Benny K.L. is the leader in their second. Illuminating Sunset. It's a Flexi Lady in third. Over there fourth is All About Alley with Lady Almas. Around the turn they come down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and Benny K.L. is putting up the numbers. Illuminating Sunset is a right tight second. Flexi Lady in third. All About Alley is still in fourth, and Lady Almas is fifth. Still no action as they move by the half in 105 and 4. On into the turn they go. Benny K.L. is the boss. In their second, Illuminating Sunset. Flexi Lady is next. Then it's All About Alley and Lady Almas. Still no action as they go into the backstretch, and now moving to the outside. All About Alley from the 4 spot as they continue on to 3/4. They've got Benny K.L. to catch. Illuminating Sunset is in second. All About Alley's worked your way up to third. It's a Flexi Lady in fourth. Lady Almas still the trailer. 3/4 in 137 and 2. They'll trot the turn. They'll head for home, and it's Benny K.L. Illuminating Sunset picking her spot in second as they come to the top of the stretch on their way home for the wire, and it's still Benny K.L. Illuminating Sunset moves to the outside. Benny K.L. bracing for the challenge. Illuminating Sunset is coming. Benny K.L. needs the line and will find it a winner. Illuminating Sunset second. It's a photo for show.
Good finish. Time for the mile airs.
207 and 3.
207 and 3 with the last quarter 30 and 1. I believe it was 3, 5, 1.
I don't know. Do you think it was? I couldn't tell between the 1 and the 4.
Yeah, well, my super pick. 3, 5, 1, 4.
Okay. I don't know, but you know what I did notice? Nobody made a break.
That's amazing.
Except one did after the finish, going into the turn after they crossed the finish line, but that doesn't count. So 5 well-behaved 2-year-old filly trotters
excellent.
Here.
That is excellent. They stayed flat. They earned their money today. With the last quarter 30 and 1.
Oh, Harrison Levan says that the Fair Championship points and the Sire Stakes are up, so they are already up on the website, so you can go to ohha.com and find those points.
That's thanks to Susan Schroeder's digital duty this morning.
I did them fast, so I hope they're right. I have this horrible feeling that, I did something wrong, but hopefully not. But if anybody ever notices anything, please let us know. It is possible to make a mistake. So it looks like the Nichols Farms is the sponsor of this race. They have the fly sheet there.
It's a nice fly sheets. And I'm glad they got the 2 kids. There you go. Get it up.
Nice and straight. Benny KL, 4th win of the year out of 15 starts.
Back in front of the stands after winning the 3rd race, it is the 3, Benny KL, a 2-year-old bay filly by Enterprise, had a great idea. Jane by ABC Garlando by Levan Stables, Megan Levan, Max and Edward Perry. Hank Levan is the trainer and the winning driver, 207 and 3. Fastest division of the 2-year-old filly trot will get the Nichols Farms blanket. Here's how they finished the 3rd race. All About Alley was 3rd, Flexi Lady 5th, Benny KL the winner. Lady Alma's 4th, Illuminating Sunset 2nd. 3-5-1, 4-2, 33, 105 and 4, 137 and 2, 207 and 3. Upcoming 4th race, 2-year-old Colt Pacers. In this race, we have Hank Levan driving the 5, Buckeye Proud. Buckeye Proud will give the services of Hank Levan. A field of 6 for the upcoming 4th race. Let's bring them on the track for race number 4.
So,
as if Hank isn't busy enough with the 7 he's got, now he's picking up a catch drive here
just
in the 4th.
Keep him on his toes.
Yes.
That is a great, good to see all the horses stay flat.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, a lot of the owners are relieved that they stay flat. Because you put all the work in, you want to see, get a little results for your efforts. This is the 4th coming up, the 1st Division 2-year-old Colt Pace. This is sponsored by the Morrow County Fair. 1st Division, $4,194. This is the one with 6 horses in it, and one's not going to get a check unless they dead heat. So never say never.
That's right.
We'll be back for more from Mount Gilead, Ohio, after these few messages.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, Long Tom, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Sun's out, guns out, hot summer fun.
Hot summer fun. Hot summer fun.
We're back. 4th race here at Mount Gilead. These 2-year-old pacing colts going down. They have number 1 is Cinderlane Cruiser. She's a black gelding by Yankee Cruiser out of Dream Like Me. Ivy out of If I Can Dream. This is 14 starts, 7 wins, 3 seconds, 1/3. That's 11 out of 14. Got $42,371 earned this year. Mark of 55 and 4 at Northfield. That's she picked up over $4,000 per start. Has win at Napoleon in 2, 3, and 1, and shows a win at Northfield of 55 and 4 6 starts ago. It's trained and owned by Betty Clegg. driven by Nick Clegg. You better be ready for Nick and Betty. I've been waiting to use that. I finally did. Number 2 is Fear of the Creek, a 2-year-old gelding by Fear the Dragon out of Pinois Grigio, Italo, John Hochstetter of Dover, Ohio, owned and trained and driven. It is a 9 wins, 1 second, 1 win, 9 seconds, 9 starts, 1 win, 4 seconds, $8,979, market 2-1-4, which is a nice smile at Croton. And Fear of the Creek. Number 3 is Black Vet, the 2-year-old gelding by Big Bam Ray out of Hillcrest Crystal by Ice Scoot Hanover. 3 starts this year. This is hasn't been on the board. Has been best show is 2-10-3 at Marion. Made a break last week.
All right, let's get these horses.
Terry Henry
in order, please.
trains for Joyce Wagner, and Charles Little is in the sulky. Number 4.
KB's Well Done and Doc Holliday. Dan Concrete is the trainer. Hurley Racing LLC from Dublin, Ohio is the owner. This is a well-said colt out of a Matt Scooter mare, Armbro Abstract. 7 starts this year, has not won, but has 4 seconds. Last time it was second was at Urbana, paced in 2 minutes and 2/5, and last week at Greenville, paced in 2 minutes and a 1/5.
Number 5 is Buckeye Proud. Hey, Buckeye Proud. This is a 2-year-old filly by the Panda Rosa out of Naracourt by Red River Hanover. 7 starts this year, only 2/3. As shows a mile at Hicksville, finishing 3rd, mile in 2, 3, and 3. Is owned by Kurt Shoup of Attica, Ohio, trained by Rebecca Nichols. In fact, they are the owners and the trainer and the breeders, and driven by Hank Levan.
Do You Want a Shot of Crown and Pierce Henry have the 6-hole. Mike Sweeney is the trainer. Pat Sweeney, Sean Sweeney, and Lemma Racing are the owners. Pat Sweeney is the breeder. This is a well set of the Keystone Raider mare. 7 starts this year, 1 second and 3/3. Let's head up for the post parade.
2-year-old Colt Pacers. Blanket sponsor, the Jason Brewer stable. In this race, Hank Levan is on the 5. 1 is Cinderlane Cruiser, Nick Clegg in the bike. 2 is Fear of the Creek and John Hochstetler. 3 is Black Vet, Charles Little. 4, KB's Well Done, Ken Holliday. 5, Buckeye Proud with Hank Levan. And the 6, Do and a Shot of Crown with Pierce Henry in the sulky.
That's the field for the 4th race, but Hank Levan on 5.
Now, if we had our imaginary tote board, I believe the 1 would be the crowd's choice.
I believe you are correct. With 7 wins and 11 of 14 first, seconds, or thirds, this colt has been racing really well.
This is having a good race. Betty Clegg has a batting average of 289 this year, which is a very good batting average. She has 364 starts with 60 wins, 55 seconds, and 44 thirds. Now, hubby Nick Clegg, he has 239 starts, 53 wins, 36 seconds, and 30 thirds. A batting average of 347. He would be leading the league right now.
Yeah.
They are moving behind the gate, and I think City Lane Cruiser should be the on top and drawing away. I'm going to go for the 2 to be second. My useless handicapping.
First of 4,100.
Here's Ayers for the 4th from Mount Gilead, Ohio.
Swing to the top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off into pacing, and John Hochstaller just fires off the gate with Fear of the Creek looking for the lead. Up on the outside, KB's Well Done as they move around the initial turn. Cinder Lane Cruiser is there in 3rd. Pacing as 4th is a Dew and a Shot of Crown. Over there next comes Buckeye Proud on the early trailer. That's Black Vet. So they move up the backstretch on their way to the quarter, and now taking the lead, KB's Well Done. Cinder Lane Cruiser was 3rd, now 2nd, and he's rolling up to take the lead. So Nick Clegg now goes to the front with Cinder Lane Cruiser in their 2nd. KB's Well Done, 32-1. Fear of the Creek is there in 3rd. Pacing along in 4th as they continue around the turn. It's Dew and a Shot of Crown over there to be next. As they drive down here to the halfway mile mark of the race is Buckeye Proud, and Black Vet is losing contact with the others as they come down here to the halfway mile mark of the race. The leader, Cinder Lane Cruiser, now moving to the outside. Fear of the Creek is coming back for more as they move on by the half. Cinder Lane Cruiser, the leader. Onto the outside second is Fear of the Creek, 103 the halftime. Right there comes KB's Well Done in 3rd. Moving up into contention, Buckeye Proud 4th. 5th at the Wood is Dew and a Shot of Crown with Black Vet. They're up the backside and on their way to 3/4, and it's Cinder Lane Cruiser. He's under attack. On the outside is Fear of the Creek. Looking out 3 wide, KB's Well Done. Along over there next is Buckeye Proud as they continue by the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Cinder Lane Cruiser is still the leader, 133-1. Moving around the final turn, Cinder Lane Cruiser the one to catch. On the outside, Fear of the Creek in 2nd. KB's Well Done is now lost stride in 3rd as they swing for the money, and the leader is still Cinder Lane Cruiser. Over there 2nd is Fear of the Creek. It is Cinder Lane Cruiser. Cinder Lane Cruiser will win. Fear of the Creek finishing 2nd. Dew and a Shot of Crown is 3rd. Time of the mile, 2:03-4.
With the last quarter in 30-4, and I'll tell you that Fear of the Creek, he won a great mile,
yeah.
and it was taking no quarters. He was up and challenging, out and going.
Yeah, out before the half and just hung out there. Raced really well. Cinder Lane Cruiser was a monster.
Tons the best.
Yeah.
Got the last half in 1 minute and 4/5. Unofficial, I have 1, 2, 6, 5. Was that?
I lost him after the 3rd.
You just worried about the trifecta. That's Susie
That's
trifecta.
right. Yeah, that's it. That's all I was worried about.
But, yeah, another nice colt. Eight wins, 15 starts, puts his earnings up to over 45,000, and 15 lifetime starts.
Got owner, trainer Betty Clegg coming down the track to meet her colt. Jason Brewer's stable.
Huh?
Jason Brewer's stable blanket. That's nice.
Nice. As I always can say, you better be ready for Nick and Betty.
Cinder Lane Cruiser.
Cinder Lane Cruiser is a 2-year-old black-coated son of Yankee Cruiser. And A Dream Like Me, Ivy by If I Can Dream, owned by Betty Jo Clegg. Betty Clegg trains Nick Clegg, the winning driver. Time of the mile, 2:03-4. Fastest division of the 2-year-old colt pace will get the Jason Brewer stable blanket. Cinder Lane Cruiser, the race winner. Fear of the Creek was 2nd. Black Vet 5th. KB's Well Done 6th. Buckeye Proud 4th. Dew and a Shot of Crown was 3rd. 125, 643, 32-1, 103, 133-1, 203, and 4.
So that the fourth race, that was the first division.
Race, bring 'em out for race 5.
And coming up to the second division of the 3-year-old colt trotters, another
The other 4 for the upcoming 5th race.
guaranteed
3-year-old
check.
trotters, bring 'em out.
4 winners. You have a nice crew. We got 2 drivers changes. We'll go over that after our words from our sponsors.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
So I just noticed that somebody was asking Joanne Bowman if she was coming to Worcester, and she says, I haven't decided yet. I take it a day at a time since I just turned 95.
God bless her.
Happy birthday to Joanne Bowman,
her.
and thank you for watching harness racing. That is absolutely great. David said, glad to see you still enjoy watching the races. Fifth race coming up is the second of 2 divisions, the 3-year-old trot, 2-year-old trot. We got some nice colts in here. When you look and see that the slowest lifetime mark that anybody has is 59, and it goes all the way down to 54 and 3. We know we got some speed in this race. So, Republic Return, Emmanuel Miller will drive for Rosie Weaver. This is a Global Republic S out of a Chip Chip Hooray mare, Fantasies Chip Chip. 15 starts this year, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds, earnings of $26,000, a mark of 56 this year. But coming off a fantastic 2-year-old season with 18 starts and 13 wins, earnings of $82,000 as a 2-year-old, and a mark of 56 and 3. Oh, we got a loose horse out on the racetrack.
Oh, boy.
The horse made.
Drew Neal, let's get that horse off the track. Drew, get off the racetrack. Please turn your horse and get off the track. You have a loose horse coming head on. Get that horse turned and off the racetrack.
Oh. Horses generally keep going around. We've got the tractor out there, too. I hope he gets off.
This is why a outrider.
Yeah.
Yep. We need every. He's slowing down. He's
starting to slow down.
Yeah. But because anything that gets spooked, the young horses,
Oh, now he's just walking,
well,
so he might be just fine.
People don't just calm with them. They don't have to be hooting and hollering. They don't understand what whoa means.
Not always. But they'll, Mike Webkenberg is out there. He may.
Yeah, he's
got the gate.
He's an experienced horseman.
They got him.
They got him. See, that's excellent. He just, I guess, he got dumped over here. I don't know.
I'm not sure who that is either. But everybody looks okay. So
everyone looks fine.
The ambulance paramedics are over checking out the driver, and everybody looks like they're going to be okay. The horse didn't really get hurt at all. He
just went up.
Just kept racing.
Well, it was going the wrong way of the track.
Yeah.
Then he slowed to a walk, and he didn't hit the track or anything, so he's good.
Yeah. Everything is good. So we were talking about this 5th race before we had that little bit of heart-thumping excitement. As we said, Republic Return raced just super as a 2-year-old with 13 wins, and lifetime earnings of $109,158.
And then coming right back at you is Long Tom Jess, another Rosie Weaver trainee, and owned and along with Heartland Acres. Also, she will be driving. This is a Long Tom 3-year-old gelding out of She's a Jessie by Jailhouse Jessie. This year, 18 starts, 6 wins, 4 seconds, 3/3. That's 13, 1, 2, 3 out of 18. $50,622. A marking 54 and 3 at Northfield. And this card, as you look, you can probably say, except for that one little bobble there at 3 starts ago, shows 5 wins on his card. And last week winning at Wilmington 2-1-1. The week before at Northfield 55-1.
So Don's Count and Pierce Henry have the 3-hole. Mike Sweeney is the trainer. Pat Sweeney and Irvin Miller from Sarasota, Florida are the owners of this full count colt. He's out of an I Look Like My Mom mare, Donna Mom. 12 starts this year, 1 win. That win was at Bowling Green in 2:10 and 3. But won a qualifier at Scioto Downs earlier in 1:59. Had 6 wins as a 2-year-old out of 15 starts, earned $25,000, and had a mark of 2 minutes flat at Northfield as a 2-year-old.
Number 4 is Ultra Uncle by everyone's favorite relative, Uncle Peter, and by out of Ultra Muscle by Guida Muscle, and owned and trained and bred by Rory Moore, Grafton, Ohio. Ken Holiday in the sulky. This is 13 starts, 3 wins, 1 second, 2/3, $25,000 on this year. Mark of Northfield of 57 and 4. And I'm looking at the card, shows 3 wins, and has been in 56 and 1 at Northfield 2 weeks ago in a Buckeyed Stallion series. This is a good field of trotters. Total earnings in just 2 years of racing are over 115,000, I'll say.
For all of them?
For all of them.
Over 200.
$215,000.
Yeah.
But
kind of a nice bunch of horses.
And there's only 4 of them. This is good. This would be the tough division.
Yes,
definitely.
I think this is a tough division. There is when you've got that many wins. I mean, you look at Republic Return, 15 wins in his life. Long Tom Just 7 wins. Don Count 7 wins, and Ultra Uncle 4 wins. That's a lot of wins as just a young horse.
On the racetrack, he has been checked out by the veterinarian and is still fine to race. The horse never hit the track or did anything to him to make him do it. He could not race today. He was checked out by the veterinarian and will race in the 8th races program. Keep him moving out for race 5.
Okay, so that was the horse has been checked out by the veterinarian and everything is fine. He will race again, and the veterinarians and the EMTs checked out both horse and driver. And we've got, it's like Clifton Bell. He was running really fast. I don't know if you could see Clifton Bell. Not only can he do backflips, but he is a fast foot runner.
Yeah, track star. On and off the track.
Yes.
Now, you as an official, what's the ruling? And horse won't be scratched unless their knees hit the track. Is that it?
That has changed. Mike Webkengerd told me that has changed a few years ago, that they can go down and still be able to race as long as the veterinarian says that they're okay. So that's what's so important here, to have a veterinarian on the grounds so that they can take care of that. First of all, making sure that they're okay, and then secondly, if someone does get hurt, to have that veterinarian here as well as the ambulance here for the human. So take every single precaution that is possible here at the county fairs in Ohio, and that's just so great that they have these rules in place for good reasons, that everybody gets taken care of well.
They're doing their, of course, with a little delay, they're doing their warm-ups now. Here comes Hank Levan, even coming down the stretch. And is that Hank or is that?
I think that was Hank.
They got the same colors. It's tough for me.
They're slightly different, as I keep telling. They are just, but it's such minute differences that it's really hard to tell from up here in the grandstand. Jay Wolf let me know that the L's on their back are kind of piped in different colors, and right on their sleeves, it's a little at the bottom of their sleeves, it's a little bit different. So very slight differences, but enough that it constitutes different colors.
Here they are for the fourth or the fifth.
That's the call to post for the fifth race, 3-year-old Colt Trot. Blanket sponsored by Chris Page Stable. Purse of $5,548. One is Republic Return and Emmanuel Miller. 2, Long Tom Jess, driver change, Rosie Weaver. 3 is Don's Count and Pierce Henry. 4 is Ultra Uncle Ken Holiday in the sulky.
That's the field for the fifth race. Emmanuel Miller on 1, Rosie Weaver on 2.
So I have to apologize if you hear me coughing, and I'm trying not to cough in the
Dusty.
Dusty.
It's dusty and I'm kind of dry too, actually.
Yeah.
But
well, I woke up. I think I was hollering too much at my grandson's football game or something, because I woke up with a sore throat this morning.
But cheer the kids on. You know, we were talking about colors years ago. Guy borrowed his friend's colors. He was driving at the fair, and Bill says, if you see Bernie, tell him I want my colors. An extra set, that I want my colors back. Well, I'll bring them back. Tell him I'll bring them back. I will. So if you see Bernie, tell him I want my colors back. Bernie, he wants his colors back. I'm going to bring them back. Well, 10 years down the road, there's Bernie out. He's taken the colors, exact same thing. The only thing is he's sewn in the letter D for his last name. I said, Bernie, he wants, oh, these are my colors, he says. Okay. But
you remember, it used to be so hard to get colors registered.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lady at the USTA that you had to send in this little card and draw your colors on it, and she would look at all the other little cards and make sure that wasn't too much alike. It was a tough process back in the day, as everybody says, but I don't think it's so hard now.
No. There are the horses moving behind the gate for the fifth race. Second division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot here at the Morrow County Fair in Mount Gilead, Ohio. And here's Ayers for the call.
$5,548. A field of 4 3-year-old Colt Trotters at the top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off into trotting, and it's Long Tom Jess looking for the lead. Republic Return is there along the inside as they will move around the turn. Ultra Uncle out there in third, and a Don's Count is fourth of the 4 as they move around the turn and head on into the backstretch where Long Tom Jess is the leader. Republic Return is there in second, Ultra Uncle third, and Don's Count is fourth as they move on to the opening fraction. So Rosie Weaver leading the way with Long Tom Jess looking for its third straight win. He leads them out there by a length and a half. Republic Return is there in second, opening quarter in 33-1. On into the turn they go, and the leader is still Long Tom Jess. Republic Return is there in second. Over their third is Ultra Uncle and the trailer Don's Count. They straighten away and move down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, in the leader. Long Tom Jess over their second Republic return. Ultra Uncle is still in third, and the trailer is Don's Count. They move here by the half, no change in position. Long Tom Jess is on the point in 103 and 3 in their second Republic return. Now to the outside, here comes Ultra Uncle. Ken Holiday sends this trotter on his way. The trailer is Don's Count. Moving off the turn, straightening up into the backside, on their way to 3/4. Long Tom Jess, the one to catch. The outside Ultra Uncle is trying to reel in on the leader. It's a Republic return in third, and the trailer is Don's Count by 3/4. Long Tom Jess still puts up the numbers in 134 and 4. Ultra Uncle is still trying to close on the outside. Right there needing some room is Republic return. They're at the top of the stretch on their way home. It's Long Tom Jess. Ultra Uncle on the outside still trying to inch closer inside Republic return. It is Long Tom Jess. Long Tom Jess holds on to win it. Ultra Uncle finishing second. Republic return was third. 2:03 and 3.
Another last quarter in 28 and 4.
Wow. The last half in a minute. That was a really, Rosie Weaver got to the top, and that was, stayed right there. She got challenged quite a bit by Ultra Uncle, but couldn't quite catch Rosie.
That was a great mile by Ultra Uncle. Ken Holiday, he was out and going. As I said, guaranteed a great race that was, but Long Tom Jess adds another $2,700 to his, close to it.
So we've got all the ladies here with their Rosie Weaver shirts on, headed down to the winner's circle. Shirts come in every color. There's black ones, there's blue ones, there's white ones. Kind of nice. I can hear myself someplace.
Somebody's phone is probably too loud.
Is your phone on, Tom? But how can I hear myself?
Is that you? I don't have my phone just a flip. It doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't. Well, I got my volume down, so it must be somebody around us. It's kind of funny. I always notice that some people in the grandstand will have our show on.
Captain Cam, Jeff Nicehonger and Captain Cam in race 12.
Jeff Nicehonger got a catch drive. I didn't know he was here or coming.
I didn't either. Was he down on anything?
No, I believe, was he?
He was down on one in the 11th, so now he's got to drive in the 12th.
I found that we found the culprit for the extra noise we had.
It was you.
Yes, it was.
3-year-old Colt Trotters, this one in 2:03 and 3.
Back in front of the stands after winning the 5th race, the 2, Long Tom Jess. Long Tom Jess is a 3-year-old black bay-gutted son of Long Tom at a She's a Jessie by Jailhouse Jessie. On my Rosie Weaver in Heartland Acres, Rosie Weaver trains. Rosie Weaver is the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:03 and 3. Republic return was third. Long Tom Jess the winner. Don's Count fourth. Ultra Uncle was second. Recheck jump down to 3:142, 33 and 1, 103 and 3, 134 and 4, 2:03 and 3.
That race was sponsored by Chris Page Stable. Give a shout out to Chris. He never forgets his grassroots.
Right. We had not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, they had a dunk tank at Scioto Downs, and Chris Page participated in that. And there were a lot of people there lined up to dunk Chris Page, but him and King Kaufman, Brady Galliers, I forget who else was in there, but those guys really were really good sports about it, and the kids and adults had a great, really fun time dunking all those drivers.
And with that, we shall return For the 6th, this is a 3-year-old filly trot, second division. Another one that is 5 in it, guaranteed to get a check. It's check day here at Morrow County. We shall return after these few messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, whose first crop of 2-year-olds are now racing. Cool Winds also welcomed Western Fame to their stallion barn, who won nearly $2 million competing against the best pacers of his generation. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 15th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
We are back here at the Morrow County Fair, Mount Gilead, Ohio. Coming up on race number 6. We got 6 of 12 today. A nice card with some really horses that have been doing super on the fair circuit. And just to remind you, if you want to look up how horses are standing in the fair circuit, then you can go to ohha.com and find those fair points. Also the OSS, the Ohio Sire Stakes, as well as the Buckeye Stallion Series are all on that ohha.com. And we were talking a little earlier about how people can go back on Facebook to watch the races. You can also go to harnessracingohio.com and scroll down. There's a space where they're archived, and you can go down there and find the fair that you want to look at in there. We also have last year's on there, so trying to keep a library so anybody can go back and watch the horses race at the fairs.
Say, and if you have a good horse or saw a good race, you want to go back and relive that memory, because your heart still starts going, even though you know who wins.
Yeah, you're right. You know, at the pari-mutuel track, and you're watching the replay, and you're yelling at your horse to keep going, even though it's already been done. Yeah, I think that's a trait that most horsemen have.
But here in the 6th, we have 5 3-year-old fillies, starting out with number 1, Golden Endeavor, a Herman Hageman trainee, owned by the Top Shelf Stable. It's a nice filly. She's got 17 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 4 thirds, $46,320 this year earned. Mark of 155 and 4 at Sciota. And she shows on her card, she does her 2 miscues, but except for those, she shows win, second, and shows her mile on 55 at Sciota, and the non-one is a 2 pari-mutuel. And Don Irvine, the master, is in the sulky. Don Irvine Jr., by the way, 72 years young, and this year he has 196 starts, 47 wins, 38 seconds, 25 thirds, a batting average of .390.
Wow.
Why, that's Ty Cobb.
Yes, that's it. He is the master with these trotters. So Fantastic L, Hank Levan between the wheels. Hank Levan trains, Levan Stables, Darmawful Racing Enterprises, E. Perry and M. Levan are the owners. This filly is by Team 6 out of an SJ's Caviar mare, Perceptive Caviar. Been racing absolutely great. Won 4 out of her last 6 starts, 7 wins on the year, 10 wins as a 2-year-old. Just an ultra consistent horse, $121,000 in earnings, a mark of 54 and 4 this year, a mark of 57 and 1 as a 2-year-old. So she has made an uncharacteristic break behind the gate last start at Lima. So I'm sure she will get that straightened out because, as we said, she has been as consistent as they come.
She's 121,000 earned in just 40 starts. Number 3 is Callie Red, Chris Beaver trainee for Sandra Burnett and Chris Beaver, and this Clifton Bell in the Selkie. 14 starts this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds, $20,395. Mark a 57 at Northfield. And they're on ready to post parade already. How about that?
Here are the horses on the track for race 6. 3-year-old filly trotters, a purse of $5,655. This one sponsored by Morco Electric. Roy Justice drives the 4, Ken Holiday on 5. 1 is Golden Endeavor, gets Don Irvin Jr. 2, Fantastic L. Hank Levan is up. 3 is Callie Red and Clifton Bell. 4, Green Hill Vic, driver change to Roy Justice. 5, Shake Your Pamper, driver change Ken Holiday in the sulky.
Okay, so Green Hill Vic has trainer Roy Justice in the seat. Hoofing It Racing and Roy Justice are the owners of the Sterling Emissary. This is a filly Sterling Emissary out of a Victory Sam mare, Tiffany's Victory. 7 starts this year, 2 seconds. Finished second at Tiffin and Bucyrus. Trotted in 2, 5, and 1 at Tiffin.
Number 5 is Shake Your Pamper with Ken Holiday. Daniel Miller is a trainer. And Riceland Acres, LLC of Orville, Ohio, is this owner. This is a first start. Well, it started up in a qualified, may yet stayed flat, trotted in 2, 1, and 4. That's an impressive mile, first lifetime on the track. Dan Miller trained and he drove her in the that qualifier. So we got 5 fillies. We got Enterprise, Team 6, Triumphant Cavatar, Sterling Emissary, and Nothing But Class. This is
that 5 horses. You said they had a qualifier. That was all the way back in April.
Ooh.
So had no starts as a 2-year-old. Had that 1 qualifier in April, and now we're 4 months plus until the next start. So that's interesting. You wonder why.
Got to get them right. I always say, got to get them right.
Yeah.
Well, just a little bit, not quite right. We go. I say, I always laugh because I shouldn't. I'm. It's like myself. There was we was in Jersey, and there was a guy down in there in New Egypt, and he had a 12-year-old stud horse who never raced, and he jogged him every day with kicking straps.
Wow.
So, endeavor, always try. There's always hope.
Yeah. 12-year-old with kicking strap.
Stud horse, too.
I wonder if he'd be a stud for much longer.
No. Yeah.
Okay, 6th race, the second of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old filly trot, is headed to the Webkenberg starting gate. Let's turn it over to Ayers Ratliff.
Purse of $5,655, top of the stretch for race 6, and here they come. They're off and trotting. Losing stride was Golden Endeavor. Back from the others is Shake Your Pamper as they move around the turn. And out there with the lead now, Fantastic L. And Fantastic L is out there hot to trot on the top. Callie Red is there in second over their third, Green Hill Vic. Then we have Shake Your Pamper and Golden Endeavor as they are now well strung out, moving up the backside. On their way to the opening quarter, it's Fantastic Al with the lead. In there to be second is still Cali Red. It's a Green Hill Vic in third. Over there fourth, Shake Your Pamper, 33-1. Golden Endeavor is the trailer as they will move around the turn. And out there with the lead is Fantastic Al. Fantastic Al has them out there by a tight length and a quarter. In their second is Cali Red. It's a Green Hill Vic in third. In there to be trotting fourth is Shake Your Pamper, and that trailer is Golden Endeavor. As they move on here by the half, Fantastic Al showing her heels to the field. In their second is a Cali Red. In their third, it's a Green Hill Vic, the half in 104-3. On into the turn they go, the leader Fantastic Al. It's a Cali Red who's there in second. Green Hill Vic is third. Shake Your Pamper is there fourth, and Golden Endeavor. They trot up the backstretch and press onto three quarters, and the leader is still Fantastic Al. Cali Red in second. Green Hill Vic trying to hold on to third. Shake Your Pamper is to her outside fourth, and Golden Endeavor three quarters, 135-4. And now popping the pocket is Cali Red, who's coming up and after Fantastic Al as they swing to the top of the stretch. Fantastic Al turns with the lead. It's a Cali Red who's there in second. Further back in third is Shake Your Pamper coming to the wire. She's too much filly for these. Fantastic Al, fantastic today. Finishing second, Cali Red. Shake Your Pamper is third. Time of the mile, 2:04-4.
Last quarter, 29 flat.
Another great last quarter. I thought Clifton Bell sat with Cali Red very patiently, sat back there and when it pulled her out, but then Fantastic Al still had more tank in the gas in the tank.
What more? Fantastic Al scores her 8th win and 22 starts, puts her earnings over $53,000. And Nice Mile was out, got away last, but come up and finished third was Shake Your Pamper.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good congratulations for that. See, patience, perseverance, it pays off. But the
they said a mile
last
2:04-4, so last half in a minute and a fifth.
There goes the crew down to the winner's circle. That's we got
Fran and Joe
Fran and Joe Dornfall. Now this is where'd I see them? They were over. Well, they sponsored at Tiffin. They sponsored several races.
Mm-hmm.
This is it comes the Levan crew. Muckenmeyer for hire. They got a lot of trips to the winner's circle this year for.
Absolutely. Hank Levan has won 46 races as a driver, 46 as a trainer. He does drive a few more horses than he trains because he does accept catch drives when people ask him to.
They're getting them out on time today, too, with all their 7.
Mm-hmm. They do. They come with a good crew. So let's join Ayers for the Winner's Circle presentation for Fantastic Al.
Back in front of the stands after winning race number 6, it is the 2, Fantastic Al. Fantastic Al is a 3-year-old bay filly by Team 6 at a Perceptive Caviar by SJ's Caviar. Oh My Levan Stables, Dharma Fall Racing, E. Perry, M. Levan, Hank Levan Trains. Hank Levan, the winning driver, 2:04-4. Golden Endeavor was 4th, Fantastic Al the winner, Cali Red 2nd. Green Hill Vic was 5th, Shake Your Pamper 3rd. 4-1-2-5-3, 33-1, 104-3, 135-4, 204-4.
I was just looking at. They come the last 3 quarters in 131-3. That was a nice smile.
Yeah.
And we're halfway here at the Morrow County Fair in Mount Gilead, Ohio. This is the second division of the 2-year-old filly trotters. Again, it's a check today for everyone. There's 5 in it, and race 7, and we'll be back after these fine messages from our fine sponsors.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Looking at the Huff's Guide from 1977, we've had here at Mount Gilead, they had 3 nights of racing. They didn't start until 7:30, so they must have had some pretty decent lights at that, because if you don't start till 7:30, you're not early, or you're not done before it's dark at this late time in August. But they had, as I said, 3 nights of racing. They had NCOC stakes. And I am not sure what I don't know what NCOC is for. Somebody out there will know. And then they had a bunch of overnights. They had 2 nights of stake races and then 1 night of overnight. So the history at these places is just amazing. You can go back, and we thank Doug Ballinger for letting us have this 1977 Huff's Guide so we can check what happened that many years ago.
And the 1977, a lot of people say, thinks that's old history, but these tracks, they've had racing here since 1850.
Yeah.
They love it. It's their fairgrounds is the centerpiece. This is they all come to the fair.
Yeah. When we listen to the pieces that Tom Pye has done in the past, and Ashley Daly did with the county history, the fair history, it's really, really fun to listen to and learn. Talking about the Huff's Guide, we ran out of Huff Guide this year, so if you are interested in making sure you have your Huff's Guide for next year, for 2024, you can call the OHHA office and pay for it right now, and then be assured. We thought we had printed enough, but the demand was much higher than we even anticipated.
Well, it is actually, for horsemen, is the Bible for the, and so it's a much needed. I was late. I didn't get a Huff's Guide.
Oh,
so I was late.
How have you survived all summer, Tom?
Well, I just didn't race. That's but
it's great for fans too.
Oh yeah,
it's just great resource to have. So you can call the office, and it's $10 for next year's, and so you make sure that you don't get shut out, as Tom Pye did.
And one of the things, too, is like if you want to play in your fairs and say, I'd like to go see what Mount Gilead's like, you'll know what the dates are. You know, say, well, I'll go on Tuesday because they have the 3-year-old colt paces, etc., like that. So it's a great thing to know.
Yeah, we start gathering information on that actually in January. The Ohio Fair Managers Convention is usually held the first weekend in January, and that's where a lot of those things get decided, what the fairs are going to have for some of their entertainment. And shortly after that, we know the race dates and start putting the Huff's Guide together. So let's take a look at the horses in this 7th race, the second of 3 divisions of the 2-year-old filly trot. PC's Finale and Pierce Henry have the rail. Mike Sweeney, the trainer. Lemmer Racing from Rockwood, Michigan, the owner. This is a full count out of a Carry the Message mare. Has had 8 starts this year, 2 seconds and a third. Finished second last start out at Hicksville. Trotted in 2:10 and 4. Trotted in 2:9 and 4 at Napoleon the week before that.
Driven by Pierce Henry. Well, number 2 is Osaka Hall, another Uncle Peter, 2-year-old filly with the show by Conway Hall. That's good breeding. She has 9 starts, 3 wins, 1 second, no thirds, 13,000. Qualified up at Northfield, 2 minutes and a fifth. Chris Beaver trains for Alan J. Levitt of Lexington, Kentucky, and Chris Beaver of Radnor, Ohio. She was a Lexington Select yearling of 60,000, one of the high prices. She has the last 2 starts. She trotted and win 2-8-1, 2-6-1 at Napoleon in Hicksville. She is coming now. Here's a post parade.
Horses onto the racetrack for
and
race
here's
number 7.
Ratcliffe.
Interior filly trotters, a purse of $4,097. This one sponsored by Nichols Farms. In this race, Robin Miller is on the 3. Ken Holliday on 5. 1 is PC's Finale, Pierce Henry. 2, Osaka Hall, Emmanuel Miller's up. 3, Eckert Hill Carey, driver change to Robin Miller. 4 is Instant Fortune L with Hank Levan driving. And the 5, Cardi L, driver change Ken Holliday in the sulky. That's the field for race 7. Robin Miller on 3, Ken Holliday on 5.
Okay, so we left off at number 3, Eckart Hill Carey. Robin Miller will drive for trainer Rosie Miller. Rosie Miller, Heartland Acres, and Cabby D LLC are the owners. This is an Uncle Peter out of a Muscle Mass mare, Carry the Torch. 7 out of 10 first, seconds, or thirds this year. Earnings of $13,375. Won 3 starts back at Croton in 2, 5, and 4. Was 3rd at Napoleon and 4th at Wilmington. Has trotted in 2, 3, and 4 at Tiffin.
And number 4 is Instant Fortune L. Hank Levan trained and driven by Levan Stables, Levan Stables, Woodstock, Ohio, Megan Levan, and Dream Racing, Springfield, Ohio. She is a What the Hill filly out of Outrageous Fortune by Andover Hall. She's 13 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds, and a mark of Bucyrus of 203-1, $20,238, and she was in that Lexington Select Sale yearling of $12,000.
Cardio
is a Team 6, another Hank Levan trainee for the Levan Stables, Megan Levan, and Dermaval Racing Enterprises. 11 starts this year, no wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. She does show a mile in 2, 8, and 3 last week at Lima. And Cardi L picks up the Doc Holiday. She was a Buckeye Classic purchase, $16,000. So we have 5 fillies, an entry by the Levans, but I'm gonna go. This is my make it or break it race. You don't believe this, but I have it right here in front of me. I have picked 6 winners of the 6 races.
You have?
Yes.
Wow.
Of course, I didn't say anything yet because I'm going to jinx myself, but I am going with Osaka Hall. The 2 in here. See, you can make it 7 for 7 at Mount Gilead. 7 in a row in Ohio. Here's the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate, and here's Ratcliffe to call the race.
$97, field of 5 to the top of of the stretch, and here they come. Osaka Hall is acting out before the start. They're off and trotting, and Instant Fortunelle is rolling up on the outside, wanting to lead. Eckert Hill Carey is there in second as they will move around the turn. PC's Finale trots in third. In there to be fourth comes Cardiel, and the trailer is Osaka Hall. They move around the turn and they straighten up into the back stretch, and out there with the lead, it's Instant Fortunelle by almost two. Eckert Hill Carey is there in second. PC's Finale in third. Cardiel is fourth, and Osaka Hall is the trailer as they move on to the opening quarter. Hank Levan, he's got Instant Fortunelle out there, a wing dinging with the lead. Rockin' Robin and Eckert Hill Carey is their second. The quarter, a very comfortable 34. So Hank Levan trying to put him to sleep here, and he's got him out there with Instant Fortunelle. It's Eckert Hill Carey who's there in second, Cardiel in third. In their fourth, PC's Finale and the trailer remains Osaka Hall, who has caught the others as they move here by the half. And the leader, Instant Fortunelle. There in second is Eckert Hill Carey. PC's Finale third. Cardiel is in their fourth, 106.4 the halftime. The trailer is Osaka Hall as they will move around the turn. Instant Fortunelle still the leader. In their second, Eckert Hill Carey. Moving up on the outside, Cardiel in third. And now Robin Miller looks to pop the pocket with Eckert Hill Carey. PC's Finale has an opening at the rail as they continue on to the 3/4 mile mark of the race, and the leader, Instant Fortunelle. Eckert Hill Carey on the outside showing little progress in second. PC's Finale in third, 3/4 $1.39. Moving around this final turn, it's still Instant Fortunelle. Eckert Hill Carey still chasing in second. Over there to be third, PC's Finale as they're at the top of the stretch. On their way home, Instant Fortunelle has trotted away. It's Instant Fortunelle. Instant Fortunelle will win. Eckert Hill Carey finishing second. Osaka Hall comes back for third. 2:08 3/5.
The last quarter in 29-3. It was all Instant Fortunelle. She shows 3 breaks in a row. That's what kind of talked me off of her. But this is her 7th win in 14 starts this year.
Yeah, and those breaks were all early, so either behind the gate or right after the gate left. So it looked like if she could get away from the gate, good. And she did, and got a really slow first quarter out of that, 34 seconds.
That's what helped her.
Helped, yes.
I've got 5-4-2. Osaka Hall come back for third after her break.
Yes, that was a good race for Osaka Hall. We learned what we talked about earlier, that in 1977 they raced here for the NCOC, and it was the North Central Ohio Colt Stakes. So thank you guys for giving us the answer to that. Did he just change it to 207-3? I thought I just heard Ayers say 207-3, but we will wait and get the official word from
Everything we
Ayers.
say up here is unofficial.
Yeah, unofficially.
Is Levan crew back in there in the winner's circle again? This is their 3rd win of the day, I believe. This is sponsored by Nicholas Farms. Got that fly sheet. This past, it was so cold. I won't cold. It was 64 degrees, 63 this morning. But the heat we've had, all I would put a towel over their kidneys to cool them out.
Fortunelle is a 2-year-old bay filling by what the hill out of Outrageous Fortune by Andover Hall. On my Levan Stables, Megan Levan, Deem Racing. Hank Levan is the trainer and the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:08 and 3. PC's Finale was 4th. Osaka Hall 3rd. Eckert Hill Carey 2nd. Instant Fortunel the winner, and Cardiel was 5th. 4-3-2-1-5 on the bottom, 34. 106 and 4. 139, 208, and 3.
That's your official rundown, 208 and 3. Good mile. They still come a 3/4 and 134 and 3, which is a good mile.
Swing up next. 2-year-old Colt Pace.
She's a handful. Instant Fortune.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
a nice looking filly, though.
Yeah, she is, but she is a little stinker there in the winner's circle. But you know what? You can put up with that in the winner's circle, can't you? They're racing good. We have people saying that you must be hungry, Matt, because you're focused on the fried pickles.
Well, I'm waiting for an elephant ear taco, which I've never heard of. Yeah, and so the shell is obviously an elephant ear filled with basically a hard ice cream sundae served as like a taco.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds was that this way?
Nope, right down here next to the speed office.
Oh, right. That's where we're going.
We'll go right by that.
Yeah.
We'll get down there quick.
That sounds great. That is our Frank Froud's food report of the day.
Yeah, there's no way that
Clark.
can be bad. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Can you see that barn, that unusual looking barn across the way? I'm just wondering if that, I can't read what's on the building.
Floral Hall.
Oh, Floral Hall. Okay. It's a neat old building.
Yeah, it looks old.
Mm-hmm.
So probably one of the things. Well, we shall return. There it is, Floral Hall. We shall return to Mount Gilead for the 10th race. This is 5 horses, 5 fillies. This is the 3rd division. Or excuse me, on the 8th race.
Yeah, I say, did I fall asleep?
The wind takes my pages away from me. The 8th race is 2nd division, 2-year-old filly, 2-year-old Colt Pace. We have 6. This is one of the races. This is only 2 races that the one's not going to get a check. One of them's not going to get a check. But we shall return after these messages from our sponsors.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, Long Tom, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Buying or selling a racehorse? OnGate.com is your one-stop website. OnGate has changed the way racehorses are bought and sold. Easy-to-view listings makes it easy to find your next champion. Buy or sell at OnGate.com.
And we are back.
See, somebody said you jumped ahead to the 8th because you were so wanting to go get that elephant ear taco. So Tom's in a hurry to get that taco.
That does sound good.
It does. Who would have thought of that?
I know, it's brilliant.
It is.
Yeah. Tell you, and your mouth starts wondering. Now we're up in the nice breeze, and they're cooking up all the food. And
we can smell it.
nice day.
That's what we appreciate everybody watching online, because we know you can't always get to the fair, but boy, if you can come to the fair and enjoy the sights and the smells and the sounds here at the county fairs, there's no place better on a summer afternoon than at a county fair watching the races.
They have the hill over here. Of course, there's not too many people on there, but they have their lawn chairs and they have their, they sit out there just like being at a park.
Yeah.
Or as they say up in Boston, a park.
A park.
Is this Mount Gilead? I mean, that where the grandstand is sitting on? Is this like the highest point of
highest
the area?
Down the Mount Gilead.
I'm not sure. Could be. I wouldn't want to roll down that hill because, boy, you'd get up some speed if you started at the top and rolled down.
Yeah.
I think it's even higher behind us.
Oh, is it?
It's but we'll have to get one of those topographical maps out.
Yes.
The 8th race, 2-year-old colt pace, second division, $4,194. We start it with number 1 is Quigley L. A fourth Fear the Dragon out of What's Wrong With That by Arts Place, owned by the Levan Stables. Megan Levan, H.M. Perry, and the Ultimate RCG
Racing Group.
Thank you. Quigley L has 11 starts, 2 wins, 1 second, 4 thirds, 12,000 made this year, almost 13. Mark of Maryville of 2 minutes. Consistent, does show a break, 5 starts at Sydney. Other than that, she's 2-3-1, 2-2-4, and 2 minutes and 4/5 at Wapakoneta. Number 2.
Bust Your Lip out of the mare Give No Lip. So kind of a clever play on words there. Bust Your Lip is a dancing Yankee, and the Give No Lip is a Big Bad John. So Drew Neal will drive for trainer Ron Steck. Ron owns this colt along with Jeffrey Breeze. Has had 6 starts this year, 1 win. That was earlier in the year at Hilliard in 2-3. But in between fairs, he's been sneaking over to Northfield and Scioto Downs, where he's paced in 57-1 and 57-2.
Nick Clegg and Betty Clegg are out here for the post parade already.
Here are the horses for the 8th race. 2-year-old colt pacers, purse $4,194. 1 Quigley L and Hank Levan. 2 Bust Your Lip, Drew Neal will drive. 3 is Risky Rocker and Nick Clegg. 4 Let's Do the Macarena with Ken Holliday up. 5 My Handsome Man, driver change Logan Ebersol. And the 6 Dragon Story, driver change Jacob Baird in the sulky. That's the field for the 8th race. Logan Ebersol 5, Jacob Baird on 6.
Yeah, and the Nick Clegg, Betty Clegg owned and Betty Clegg trained. This is a big risk out of Non-Stop Rock by Rock and Roll Hanover, 2-year-old gelding. And got 14 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 5 thirds, $12,507 on the card. Market Wilmington of 201-1. Shows only good. The only time it was Berea was distant, got parked. They went 2-3-1 up there, but other than that, 2-1-1 last the 21st, and then Croton went in 2-4. Can do. This looks like can be tough in here. Number 4 is
Let's Do the Macarena, and Doc Holliday. Dan Conkright is the trainer. Hurley Racing. I'm ignoring you, Tom, if you haven't noticed. Hurley Racing LLC from Dublin owns this dancing Yankee colt. It's out of a Mach 3 mare, Mock's Delicacy. 7 starts this year, 3 thirds. It has been, if you look at the last 6 starts, it's thirds and fourths consistently. Has been pasting in 59-1 at Greenville, 59-2 at Urbana, and 59-2 at Wilmington. So it's got some speed.
Yes, it does. And 59 is a good mile at Greenville. I was on Lasix for the first time 2 weeks ago, and that improved him. Number 5 is My Handsome Man with Luke Episol. John Fitzgerald owned, trained, and bred. Has 3 starts, not on the board yet. Has paced in 2-2-1 at Croton, 2-3-4, and looking for improvement. Can do. This is only his 4th start.
That is Logan Ebersol up on My Handsome Man. Yep. Dragon Story, Jacob Baird gets the call for Betty Clegg. Betty also owns the Fear the Dragon. This was horses 9 of 10 first, seconds, or thirds. Won his last start at Lisbon in 2-7. Finished third at Northfield right before that in 57-3, and also finished sixth in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto, but paced in 55-3. So here is the race number 8, the 2-year-old colt pace.
Here they come. They're off into pacing, and it's Risky Rocker who rolls off the gate looking for the lead. Let's Do the Macarena is there in second. It's Quigley-L in third. It's a Dragon Story in early fourth. Bust Your Lip is there in fifth in the early trailer. That's My Handsome Man as they move around the turn. They're in single file positions. Look set as they drive into the backside. Risky Rocker with the lead. The lead is out there by a length and a half. Let's Do the Macarena is there in second. On to the outside, Dragon Story is now moving up for Jacob Baird. Along the rail, now trapped in, is Quigley-L as they move by the opening fraction. And losing stride went Quigley-L. Quigley-L made a little break there, 32-4. On into the turn they go. Nick Clegg grabbing leather on the lead. He's on top with Risky Rocker on the outside, now doing the same as Dragon Story as they come off the turn. Driving down here to the halfway mile mark of the race. Bust Your Lip is on the outside. There at the rail is Let's Do the Macarena as they move on by the half. And with the lead, it is still with them on top, Risky Rocker. Clegg with a big hold on this one. On the outside, wanting to go nowhere, Dragon Story, 105-3 the halftime. On into the turn they go along the rail. Let's Do the Macarena third. On the outside, Bust Your Lip is fourth. Over there to be fifth, My Handsome Man and Quigley-L trails. Moving off the turn up the backside. Now trying to make a race of it. Here comes Bust Your Lip. And Bust Your Lip trying to catch them both asleep. He's out there 3 wide and a winged as they continue on by 3/4. Risky Rocker with the lead. Bust Your Lip is on the outside second. Dragon Story is fading in third. 3/4, 138. Moving around the final turn, the leader is still Risky Rocker. Bust Your Lip is there in second. Let's Do the Macarena third. They're at the top of the stretch on their way home. And with the lead, it's Risky Rocker who got everything his way. Bust Your Lip is now off stride. Risky Rocker will score. In for second, Let's Do the Macarena. Photo for show. 206-4.
Get that last quarter.
You could tell they were stepping it up a little bit at the end, and they came 3 wide, and then Nick Clegg and Risky Rocker just kind of zoomed away.
As Roger would say, 2 in, 2 out. 3 in, 2 out.
Yeah.
But that was the whole mile.
Unofficially, Risky Rocker, your winner. And Let's Do the Macarena second. I did not catch the half, so.
It looked like they were walking when they came past here, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick had his own horse first up at him, so I'm.
Right. I believe they counted 3/4 and 138.
Mm-hmm.
Half and 5 and 3.
5 and 3. Somebody asked who is announcing at Caldwell tonight. I do not know who the track announcer is. We didn't have that information. Michael Langer and Frank Frost will be up there doing the broadcast.
Is Risky Rocker. Nick and Betty. Got them speed wheels on them.
Front of the stands after winning the 8th race, the 3 Risky Rocker and 2-year-old Bay Good at Son, a big risk, got a non-stop rock by Rock and Roll Handle. By Betty Joe Clegg, Betty Clegg trains Nick Clegg, the winning driver, 206-4.
28-4.
Been like 3 or 4 of those that came
in. Goes to the winner of race 4, Cinderlane Cruiser, 203-4. Quigley-O was 5th, Buster Lip 4th, Risky Rocker the winner. Let's Do the Macarena 2nd, My Handsome Man 6th, Dragon Story 3rd. 541, 263, 32 and 4, 105 and 3, 138, 206 and 4.
Ninth race, Pierce Henry is on the 6th.
Now that was sponsored by what stable? You see,
Jason Brewer, I think.
Yeah,
I think it said.
That's good to see. The horsemen putting back into
Again,
the sponsors.
Pierce Henry's on the 6th.
That was
the upcoming 9th race.
8th race. This is, 9th race. This is the free-for-all pace.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big Bill Taylor, and we have 6 in it. Got some decent horses. Marks at 53 at Northfield, 53, 56 Northfield, 52 at Scioto. This looks like it's going to be a humdinger. This would be.
Track record here is 155 and 4. Don't think they'll go that fast because it hasn't been a tremendous amount of speed today.
It's been the last quarters have been good, but so we shall return for the 9th race. We'll go over the horses after these messages from our sponsors.
The Morrow County Agricultural Society is the oldest organization in its area. Formed in 1850, it was created after Morrow residents heard about successful fairs in the surrounding counties. They set out to host one of their own. So, after a few months of planning, the first Morrow County Fair was held in Mount Gilead, Ohio. The local Baptist church was used to display farm produce and women's handiwork, while cattle, sheep, and hogs were exhibited in rail fence pens at the town square. No admission was charged, but premiums were paid out of entry fees. The Morrow County Fair and harness racing grew hand in hand. The original racetrack proved too small, so in 1863, the present site of the fairgrounds was purchased for the sole purpose of building a new track. The races drew horsemen and fans from all over. It was reported that standardbred breeders even began to move to the county for the sulky-oriented community. Harness racing was the fair's main attraction for many decades. Today, the Morrow County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, and they host 2 days of live-action harness racing.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fairs. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 21 fairs in 19 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Okay, back here at the Morrow County Fair in Mount Gilead. Welcome back. We have the 9th race coming up. The free-for-all pace. It is the Bill Taylor Memorial. Got some nice horses in here, as you said before we went to break. Horses with a lot of experience. We've got them anywhere in age from 3 years old all the way up to 10 years old. Drivers as young as 25 and as old as 65. So it kind of, the horses and drivers really run the realm of ages.
They do have a couple of yacht week, 344,000. If he wins anything, he goes over the 345. Just 24 wins and 173 starts. Let's go over there. Let's start with number 1. It's Nick and Betty, and they've got Victor Hick. It's a 5-year-old gelding by Tell It Well Like It Is. The Bluebird Farad by Dreamwork. This is a nice horse, 100 lifetime starts, 16 wins, 13 seconds, 18 thirds, $108,170, a mark of Northfield of 151. Coming off a tibia to be announced. A line to be announced, 15 claimer at Cy Oder, and that was on the 26th, which was just 2 days ago.
Yep, I've got that line. He finished, left from 7-hole, was 10th, stayed 10th, paces mile in 54 and 4.
Okay, so he shows 52 and 3 a couple of weeks back, and 53 and 1. That was at Northfield, 52 and 3. That was a 2,500 last 4 starts. But number 2.
So McWiz drew Neil up for trainer-owner Ron Steck. This is an 8-year-old gelding by McCardle. He's had 177 lifetime starts, 16 wins, 28 seconds, 24 thirds, earnings of $154,000. This is interesting, though. He had a 2-year-old mark of 152 and 4 taken at Lexington.
A good horse when he was young. He still picked up $154,000. That's a nice animal. Number 3 is Topville Rhonda. This is the 5-year-old mare by J.K. End of an Era out of Rock Me Mama by Don't Get in My Way. She has 73 lifetime starts, 12 wins, 6 seconds, 9 thirds, 64,000. Market Hoosier Park. And I was tempted to say Hazel Park again. I just, they put that in my mind. I see HP, Hazel Park. But that's, she got 52 and 4 at Hoosier Park. Rode by Mark Ward, Tiffin, and Gene Lutz of New Regal, trained and driven by Mark Ward. This is his first start of the year.
Ken Holliday picked that up.
Yep, they just announced Ken Holliday to drive the 3.
See, I wasn't listening.
He just said it.
You were talking.
Number 4.
Telcadia, Nick Clegg and Betty Clegg. This is just the 3-year-old by Tell It Like It Is. It's had 48 lifetime starts, 6 wins, 9 seconds, 6 thirds, 52,000 in earnings. There's a 2-year-old mark of 56 and 1 at Hoosier Park. 1 2 starts back at Berea in 2-5.
Here are the horses on the track for the 9th race.
Sponsored by the Senior Fair Board, the Bill Taylor Memorial. Purse of $1,680, the free-for-all. Ken Holliday's on 3, Jacob Baird on 4, Pierce Henry on 6. 1 is Victor Hick, Nick Clegg in the bike. 2 is McWiz with Drew Neal. 3, Topville Rhonda, driver change Ken Holliday. 4, Telcadia with Jacob Baird. 5, Yacht Week, Emmanuel Miller. And the 6, Canadia's Bacon, driver change Pierce Henry in the sulky.
That is the field for the 9th race. Ken Holliday 3, Jacob Baird 4, Pierce Henry on 6.
And on number 5, this is a grand old man. It's a 7-year-old gelding by Some Beach Somewhere out of a unique acquisition by Cole Muffler. This is a horse has a mark of 50 and 3 at Miami Valley as a 5-year-old, which is 2 years ago. 173 lifetime starts, 24 wins, 26 seconds, 29 thirds. I would 70, 80, 1, 2, 3s out of 173 starts, $344,975. Coming off a mile at Scioto last week of 53 and 3, and at Payson Northfield 53. Nice animal. Emmanuel Miller gets the call by trainer Herman Hageman, part owner with Terrence D. Smith and Daniel Schrock of Millersburg, Ohio.
So the oldest horse in the race is Canadia's Bacon. He's a 10-year-old gelding by Big Bad John out of a Camluck mare. 237 lifetime starts, $291,000 in earnings, a mark as a 3-year-old of 152. Ed Bibler trains, and Larry Joe Niebert from Richwood, Ohio is the owner. Pierce Henry picks up the drive.
tough class animals. This is as the free-for-all pace. They're going for $1,680. We got. Well, they've won. The only one that hasn't won this year is old Canadia's Bacon, and at 21 starts is looking for his first win this year. But he got 46 lifetime wins, so he is no stranger to the winner's circle. He's been racing in the 7,500 claimers.
Starter calls in the horses for the 9th race.
So
The Bill Taylor Memorial.
bring him out to the fair and might get a little bit brave.
Yep.
But then he draws the 6-hole, which trails, so that's going to be tough for him.
They are moving in behind the gate. This is our 9th race. We have 3 more to go. Here's Ratliff to call the 9th.
Top of the stretch for the 9th race, and here they come. They're off and pacing, trying for the lead. Telcadia Yacht Week on the outside as they will move around the turn. Out there at the rail is McWiz. And we have Canadia's Bacon as they will move on into the backside, and they're all wanting the lead. Out there 3 wide is Yacht Week. Also leaving Telcadia. Then at the rail is McWiz. Over there next is Canadia's Bacon in 4th. It's Victor Hick in 5th. And the trailer Topville Ronda. So they travel by the opening quarter 28 4/5. Yacht Week has made the lead, but he paid a price to be there. Telcadia's there in 2nd. It's McWiz in 3rd. Traveling in their 4th, Canadia's Bacon as they travel down here to the half. Then we have Victor Hick and Topville Ronda as they come down here by the half. Popping the pocket on the outside, trying to heat it up this time, is a Telcadia. Along the inside, Yacht Week with the lead. Telcadia's on the outside second, 57-2. McWiz along the rail in 3rd. Victor Hick is now starting to crank it up on the outside as they will travel into the backside, pressing onto 3/4. And out there with the lead now, a losing stride was Victor Hick. Victor Hick made a break as they continue on to the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Yacht Week over their second, McWiz. Canadia's Bacon in 3rd. Over there to be in 4th is a Topville Ronda as they go by 3/4, 128 4. They'll move around this final turn, and it's still Yacht Week with the lead. Over there in 2nd is McWiz. Canadia's Bacon 3rd. They're at the top of the stretch and on their way home. It's Yacht Week who's put up wicked numbers, but still going to lead them here. Yacht Week trying to make it up is McWiz. Yacht Week will win. McWiz finishing 2nd. Canadia's Bacon gets 3rd. 158, 1/5.
Looks unofficial, 5-2-6. Mile 158-1. They still come home. And 29-2.
Fastest mile of the day. It's a nice mile out here, 58-1.
That was old Yacht Week. I'm just looking. He's 300, got over 345,000 now. It was a Lexington Select sale back in his day of 85,000. So, of course, he was some beach somewhere.
Yeah, they cost a lot back then, didn't they?
High priced. Yeah.
Out of a Cole Muffler mare, a unique acquisition. That is, she's from Illinois. That mare raced in Illinois for a long time. Cole Muffler stood in Illinois.
Cole Muffler is a full brother to not Fear the Dragon. Foiled again? No.
I don't know.
I'm going to have a...
Somebody going to help you out here, Tom? Somebody will say
nobody helps you out. They just point, say you're wrong again, Tom. I go, but
So Yacht Week and Emmanuel Miller back in the winner's circle.
5 Yacht Week, a 7-year-old big-headed son of some beach somewhere. Out of a unique acquisition by Colma Fleur by Herman Hagerman. Terrence Smith and Daniel Schrock. Herman Hagerman trains Emmanuel Miller, the winning driver. This one sponsored by the Senior Fair Board. Time of the mile 1:58.1. Victor Hick was 6th, placed 5th. McWiz 2nd. Top Bill Ronda 4th. Telcadia 5th, placed 6th. Yacht Week, the winner, Canadia's Bacon, was 3rd. 6th place 5, 2, 4, 5 place 6, 1, 3 on the bottom, 28 and 4, 57 and 2, 128 and 4, 158 and 1.
So 10th race coming up is our third of 3 divisions of the 2-year-old filly trot. We've got 5 in it, no driver changes that we know of.
Bring them on the track for the 10th race. Move them out
So we'll be
for
right
race
back with the 10th race after these messages.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Okay, we're right back here at Mount Gilead, an absolutely beautiful day here at the Morrow County Fair. We've had some nice races. They've been coming home a ton. We got a number of races that came home in 28 apiece. So last race was the free-for-all pace, went in 58 and 1. David asked if Cole Muffler was a Tom Harmer trainee. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll have to think. Actually, I'll have to look it up.
I believe he's out of Cole Muffler was out of Sandy Sable, who is. I'm going to have to.
You're going to look it up.
I'm going to look it up. Always one great thing about the web.
Yeah.
There's a wealth of information.
We can just look things up. Yep, that's right. We've got 2 computers, 3 phones. Matt's got a computer. I mean, we've got everything going here to try to answer your questions.
Info Central right here.
It's just the dust getting in everything that's a little bit off-putting sometimes. But while Tom's looking that up, I'll go over this 10th race. 2-year-old filly trot. 1 horse, What a Jessie. Logan Ebersol up for trainer Kent Sherman. Daryl Sherman is the owner of this What the Hill filly. She's out of a jailhouse Jessie mare, Jessie's Messenger. 5 starts this year, 1 second, 1 third. Finished second at Berea. Trotted in 2:10 and 3. Finished third at Croton in 2:6 and 2. But did pace trot a mile in 2:3 at Northfield. Phyllis L. Hank Levan trains. Hank owns Levan Stables. Megan Levan and Rosemary Levan own this Long Tom filly. Hank will drive. She is 12 of 15 first, seconds, or thirds. Has 3 wins. Fastest of those was Hilliard in 2:7 and 1. With 7 seconds. Was second her last start out at Lima. Third at Salina. Third at Croton. So another one of those fillies that has just been racing absolutely great. $20,000 in earnings already this year. Count on Betty is our most inexperienced horse in the race. Mark St. Louis Jr. is scheduled to drive. Mike Metters is the trainer. Sherry and Dana Edens from Blacklick, Ohio own, and Tina Sudermeister from Pataskala. This filly's just had 2 starts. Started at Napoleon, finished 4th, trotted in 2:10, and at Wilmington and finished 5th, trotted in 2:9 and 3. So a very green filly in with some of these other ones who have had a number of starts. Sunshine and Kisses and Nick Clegg have the 4-hole for trainer owner Betty Clegg. This is an Enterprise filly out of a Like a Prayer mare, Sun Sentinel. Finished 2nd her last time out in 2:9 and 1 at Wilmington. 16 starts this year, 1 win, and $10,000 in earnings. Does have a qualifying mark of 2-2 and 2 at Northfield Park. And Money Snatcher and Clifton Bell have the 5-hole. This Christopher Beaver trainee. Chris Owens along with Steve Zehandler and T. Holman. 7 of 9 first, seconds, or thirds. 9 starts, 4 wins, 1 second, 2 thirds. $15,000 in earnings. The fastest win was 2-6 and 1 at Croton. Last one at Hicksville in 2:10. Then Napoleon in 2:9 and 1. And the aforementioned Croton in 2:6 and 1. So we've got a couple of them, the 2-horse Phyllis L. and the 5-horse Money Snatcher, who have been racing very consistently, finishing 1st, 2nd, or 3rd the majority of their races. So have been racing really, really well.
I have a feeling the Team Levan will be heading to the winner's circle again. Here's a post parade for tonight's 10th.
Here are the horses onto the track for the 10th race, sponsored by Nichols Farms. 2-year-old filly trot, first $4,097. 1, What a Jessie, Logan Ebersol is up. 2, Phyllis L. with Hank Levan. 3, Count on Betty and Mark St. Louis Jr. 4, Sunshine and Kisses, Nick Clegg. And the 5, Money Snatcher, Clifton Bell, in the sulky.
That's the field for the 10th race.
I think I again mixed up Wilmington and Wilmington. Somebody said it was Wellington. I'm sorry, Mark. I just look at them and get them goofed up.
They just kind of blur together, though.
Yeah.
Just a note on Cole Muffler. It says, as he is by out of Sandy Sable, who's in the Hall of Fame as a broodmare, and he is a full brother to Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair.
Who's a sire of Dragon again, and also to Bruce's Lady, which is another great mare. She made $772,000. Cole Muffler himself made $682,000.
Was he a Tyler B?
He's Tyler B. They bred her 7 times to Tyler B, and that was the Golden Cross, because you got Dragon's sister, you got Michael's Dragon, and just amazing. Now there, one thing, and Sandy Sable helped break as a 2-year-old back in '76, and I was up in Vernon Downs when we call her. She was just a regular sized. She was by Albatross. No, she's by Race Time. Excuse me. And she was out of a Terror Hill mill, just average looking. She, took a mark at 2.6, made $17,000, but they time trial her. They qualified her, and she went in 2 minutes and a fifth.
Oh.
And they sold her to Hanover Shoe Farms. She became a Hall of Fame broodmare, and you never know looking at her, because and even sitting behind her, she was nothing special. But she's a Dragon's Lair, of course, Dragon again, but foiled again. That's that line. It's amazing.
Who is the other predominant sire over in Illinois? It's been driving me nuts besides Cole Muffler.
Sportsmaster.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I used to watch Balmoral quite a bit. You know, if like there's 8 horses in the field, 5 of them would be his.
Yes.
Kind of like Noble and Sam over here in Ohio for a while.
Yeah, that
was driving me crazy.
There was a somewhere in here today. There was a Sportsmaster mare.
Was there?
Mm-hmm. To find out. But yeah, those names just keep coming back, don't they?
As I think Sportsmaster was trained by Johnny Simpson Jr., if I think, and
Starter has the horses.
he was just a
for
great.
the
He was
10th
a.
race, 2-year-old filly trotters.
I'm trying to think of who he was by.
$4,097.
Look it up during this race. We got the 10th race coming up. We'll turn it over to Ayers for the call while Tom looks up more stuff.
They're off and trotting and going out looking for the lead is a Sunshine and Kisses. Up on the outside, Money Snatcher. Losing stride was a Phyllis L as they will move around the turn. What a Jessie is there in third. Trotting fourth, count on Betty and Phyllis L. She's the trailer as they will move on into the backstretch. And out there with the lead, Sunshine and Kisses. In their second, Money Snatcher. It's a What a Jessie who's there in third. Count on Betty is fourth. And the trailer, Phyllis L. As they travel by the opening fraction in 31 and 4. On into the turn they go, and out there with the lead. With them on top, it is Sunshine in Kisses. Money Snatcher is there in second. What a Jessie is third. Over there to be fourth, count on Betty. And the trailer, Phyllis L. Moving down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and out there with the lead, Sunshine and Kisses. Money Snatcher is looking a bit anxious in the pocket there. Second, trotting in third is What a Jessie. Next is Count on Betty as they went by the half. In 104, on into the turn they go. Now moving to the outside, count on Betty. Also coming on Phyllis L. She's back from her break as they move around the turn, popping the pocket. Here comes Money Snatcher as they will move into the backstretch. Sunshine and Kisses. Money Snatcher will now be right back where she started, kind of wishing she hadn't pulled. Along the inside, What a Jessie is third. It's a Phyllis L in fourth. Count on Betty is fifth as they continue by 3/4. Sunshine and Kisses. 136 and 3. Money Snatcher on the outside, still plugging away, inching closer onto the leader as they move around the turn to the top of the stretch. It's Sunshine and Kisses. Money Snatcher's been out a long way. She's still trying to bear down on the leader. Sunshine and Kisses. Money Snatcher on the outside. 3 wide. Count on Betty is trying to get there. It is Sunshine and Kisses holding on to win. Money Snatcher second. Count on Betty was third. 2:07 and 4.
That mile in 2:07 and 4. Very uncharacteristic break for Phyllis L. Made a break mid first turn. Pretty unusual. We got there. He's taking the race bike not on the track, but right down the apron of the track. I hope he doesn't get stuck someplace.
And Phyllis L doesn't show any brakes on her. She's a win, 3 seconds and 2/3. But it was Money, Sunshine and Kisses, Nick Clegg, Nick and Betty. Is this win number 4 for them today?
I wasn't keeping count. Sorry.
At least 3.
At least 3.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check. I think that was Enterprise filly out of Sun Sentinel by Like a Prayer. This is a second win this year, and has a mark of a qualifier 2, 2, and 3 at Northfield.
I thought Money Snatcher might get by. I mean, that Clifton was coming a ton. I don't know, like I can't think of a race where horses got past in the lane today.
I've been kicking home pretty quick.
Yeah.
There's an objection and inquiry here.
10th race against the 5 Money Snatcher for possible interference in the first turn.
Front of the stands after
Winning the 10th race for Sunshine and Kisses, 2-year-old brown filly by Enterprise. At his son, Sentinel by Like a Prayer, owned by Betty Jo Clegg. Betty Clegg is the trainer. Nick Clegg, the winning driver, 2:07 and 4. Nichols Farms blanket goes to the winner of race number 3, 2:07 and 3. That's Benny K.L.
Nick Clegg, always with a big smile on his face in the winner's circle and a thumbs up kind of a gesture at us. Always looks happy.
Well, after my 3 wins today, I'd be happy too. Yes, it was. That was a great race. Tell you, they were out and going. They only went in 7 and 4, but they were competitive. And I think that was win number 3. I'll go over that. I'll double check, and we shall return after these few messages for race number 11. This is the third and final division for 2-year-old colt paces. 5 in it to win it. We shall return to Mount Gilead after this. Words from our sponsor.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our popular stallions, including new trotting sire Play Tricks on Me. Cool Winds also stands proven sire Mr. Apples in the great state of Ohio. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to Some Beach Somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 15th.
Sun's out, guns out, hot summer fun.
Hot summer fun. Hot summer fun.
Okay, back here at Mount Gilead with the Penultimate, the race before the last race.
Doing your fancy words.
It's Roger's fancy word. I just like to borrow it. Yeah, like we said, the third of 3 divisions of the 2-year-old colt pace. The number 1 Bear Creek Outlook, Alex Hawk, is scheduled to drive. I haven't seen Alex here today, but we will see if we get a change. Brian Roebuck is the trainer, also the owner. Brian's from North Lewisburg, Ohio. Bear Creek Stables is the breeder of this horse. It's a Bullville Powerful out of a Rustler Hanover mare. You Raise Me Up. 11 starts, 4 seconds, and 1/3, earnings of $6,300. Finished second at Urbana. Paces mile in 59 and 4 there.
Number 2 is Splash Dragon. This is a Jeff Nisonger trainee, owned by the Nisonger Stable LLC of Lebanon, Ohio, and Johnny C. Stat of South Bloomfield. Jeff Nisonger in the sulky. This is a Fear the Dragon gelding out of Sugar-Coated by the Ponderosa. 12 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3, $19,629 on his card. Mark of Northfield of 159 and 1.
That inquiry and objection was disallowed. What a Jesse 4th, Phyllis L was 5th.
Count on Betty 3rd. Sunshine and Kisses, the winner. Money Snatcher 2nd. 4-5-3-1-2. 31 and 4. 104. 136 and 3. 207 and 4.
So there were the finishing positions and times for the 10th race. There was an objection, but it was disallowed. So you were talking about Splash Dragon, the 2-horse?
Yes, and he shows great miles, 2 minutes and 3/5 at Troy. Win at Chillicothe in 2-2. And this looks like a nice animal. He's got a good card on him, as again he is 10 times out of 12 starts, 1, 2, 3.
Flash Me L and Hank Levan have the 3-hole. Hank's the trainer. Levan Stables and Rosemary Levan own this Dancing Yankee colt. It's out of an on the attack mare, Emerald Flash. 12 starts this year, 1 win. That was at Bucyrus in 2 minutes and a 5th. There's 2 seconds, 3/3, earnings of $12,263. Did pace a mile at Urbana in 59 and 4, and Northfield was in the Summit County Fair Stakes held at Northfield and paced in 57 and 4.
Number 4 is Rockin' My Boxers. This is a 2-year-old colt by Pet Rock out of Designer Dreams by Dreamwork, owned by Spurwood Farm, LLC of Marysville, trained by Terry Henry, and driven by Emmanuel Minner. 4 starts, 1 second, 4 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds, 1/3, mark of 2.6 at Marion. She has raced at Croton and got the bubbles. Got parked, but still paced a mile in 2:4 with the last quarter 28:4. That was on the 12th, so he's been off for 2 weeks.
In His Time and Nick Clegg have the 5-hole. Betty is the trainer and the owner. This is a Fear the Dragon out of a Western Terror mare. We adore the 9:14 first, seconds, or thirds. Last win was at Jefferson in 2:10 and 3. Also won earlier in the year at Northfield Park in 1:56. Has earned $21,000. Been racing very consistently, first, second, or third the last 5 starts. So Splash Dragon, Rockin' My Boxers, and In His Time are consistently on the board.
I'm going to pick Splash Dragon. Let's see, Jeff Nisonger's the leading driver with 79, I believe, wins.
Something, yeah, leading fair driver.
And so we'll go with, he has a batting average of this year, 385 starts, 81 wins, 868 seconds, and 59 thirds. His batting average, 360. So, I'd like to get the top batting averages of fair drivers and compile them like they do with the regular baseball players and have a battle down to the wire at the end of the year.
And we always want to thank Roger Houston for keeping track of the fair driver and trainer standings. He, even when he was in Ireland a few weeks ago in Wales, he was keeping track. He said he'd get back to his hotel at night and look them up and keep his notebook going so we know who is leading. Here's the post parade for race 11.
Here they are for the 11th race. 2-year-old Colt Pace, Jason Brewer Stable. 1 is Bear Creek Lookout, driver change Drew Neal. 2 Splash Dragon, Jeff Nisonger. 3 Flash Me L and Hank Levan. 4 Rockin' My Boxers with Emmanuel Miller. And the 5 In His Time, Nick Clegg in the sulky.
That's the field for the 11th
So we did have that one driver change. We said we hadn't thought we had anybody had seen Alex Hawk. So Drew Neal will drive the 1 Bear Creek Outlook. So again, we want to sure thank everybody for joining in. We've had a really nice crowd all afternoon.
At Scotland, Jim from Scotland, I see. And yeah, all the difference in time zones. It's some folks are sitting down, probably having a nightcap right now.
Yeah.
You lucky people.
At John Wiest, who is will be here tomorrow, so he must be going to be our presiding judge here tomorrow. Ryan Ratliff is our presiding judge today.
Well, John Wiest, we're going to have to just give a shout out to his sister Kim.
To his sister, yeah. We got to get that before he does. We got Rob Howard is the speed superintendent here. Bo Christian and Chris Lloyd on the speed committee. We always really appreciate the local speed committee and the speed superintendents. They put in all the work ahead of time to make sure everything goes right. Presiding judge, as we said, Ryan Ratliff. The clerk in charter is Pam Weller. She does so many fairs across the state. Photo finish, Lynn Scott Photo. Our track photographer is Mary Randall, so she's down there on the track taking those win pictures that everybody loves. Mike Webkenberg, our starter, and of course Ayers Ratliff, our announcer.
The starting gate is rolling.
So let's join Ayers for the call of this, the 11th race.
Purse $4,094 to the top of the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing. Bear Creek Lookout is on a break. Going out looking for the lead is Flash Miel. Splash Dragons along the rail, so those two are tussle early on. In his time is there in third, pacing fourth, Rockin' My Boxers and the trailer. That's Bear Creek Lookout. As they will pace on into the back stretch and getting strung out here, Flash Miel. Splash Dragon is there in second, in his time is third. Rockin' My Boxers is a pace in fourth, and Bear Creek Lookout, that one's the trailer as they travel on by the opening quarter, 28 3/5. So Flash Miel has made the lead, but he's paid a price to be there. In there to be second is Splash Dragon. In his time is there in third. Over there fourth, Rockin' My Boxers. And that trailer, Bear Creek Lookout. As they move down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and the leader is Flash Miel. Flash Miel has the top over Splash Dragon. The lead is 2 1/4 lengths. In there to be third in his time, the half, 59 3. Rockin' My Boxers is there in fourth, and Bear Creek Lookout trails. Moving around the turn, they'll straighten away to the back stretch. Flash Miel, the leader. Splash Dragon is tightening in second. In his time is third. Rockin' My Boxers is there fourth, and Bear Creek Lookout up the backside on their way to 3/4 and now moving to the outside. Here comes Splash Dragon. In his time is also coming on, so too Rockin' My Boxers. Flash Miel threw it into reverse there as they go by 3/4. They'll trip the beam there in 1:32. Splash Dragon, the leader. In his time is on the outside. Rockin' My Boxers wants to take the both of them in third. They're at the top of the stretch. In his time, Rockin' My Boxers up on the grandstand side. In his time, Rockin' My Boxers trying to be there. In his time will win. Finishing second, Rockin' My Boxers, and Splash Dragon is third.
On a fish.
Time of the mile, 2:01 4/5.
That mile in 2:01 4 off a quarter in 28 3 and a half in 59 3, and that did cost Flash Miel.
Yes, they come in the last quarter 29 4 in there. Had good kick at the end, and 3, 4, 2 unofficial, isn't it?
No. 5.
Nick Clegg, excuse 5.
5, 4, 2. Yep,
5, 4, 2. That did it. Yeah, and Nick Clegg, that is win number 4.
4.
For Nick and Betty. They had them ready.
Oh,
I'll use that all year.
Oh, no. Yeah. I said before that John Weiss was coming here to be the presiding judge, but he's going to be the starter tomorrow here.
A man of many hats.
He does a lot of different things. So,
it can even announce pretty good, too.
Yes, he can. He can. I like to listen to him announce. He does a good job.
1 through 11, races 1 through 11, checks over here at the judges' table.
So here comes the Clegg team again, back to the winner's circle.
A 2-year-old Bagel and Son of Fear the Dragon. And a We Adore Thee by Western Tear and by Betty Jo Clegg. Betty Clegg is the trainer. Nick Clegg, the winning driver, 2:01 4. This is the fastest division of the 2-year-old colt pace, winning the Jason Brewer stable blanket. Bear Creek Lookout was 5th, Splash Dragon 3rd, Flash Miel 4th. Rockin' My Boxers was 2nd, in his time the winner. 5, 3, 4, 2, 1, 28 3, 59 3, 132, 201 4.
Okay, so 11 races in the books. We just got the 12th to go, the last race here at Mount Gilead. This is a maidens or non-winners of $5,000 lifetime, another one of those overnights that some fairs are able to do, so it's a nice thing, throw one more in the trailer kind of thing if you got.
As Susan pointed out, with the old Huffs, they had a full card of thing, and that's what people used. It was great to get their horses that weren't good enough to race at Northfield or Scioto or Lebanon, or bring them up to the fairs. That was good. But the 12th race, we have 6 horses, and we'll go over them after these few messages from our sponsors.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Okay, good thing we had those messages for you, because we were trying to figure out what SSM stood for in a track abbreviation, and Matt came up with it, Sunshine Meadows, because the number 3 horse had been racing at Sunshine Meadows quite a bit. So let's take a look at this maidens or non-winners of $5,000 lifetime trot. Barley Cake, Logan Ebersol gets the call. Trainer is Marlon Smith. The owner is Lori Farnes Smith from Thornville, Ohio. This is a 4-year-old mare by Express Glide. Has only had 10 starts in her life, so 6 starts as a 3-year-old and 4 starts this year. Been making some breaks here and there. Has trotted in 2, 3, and 2. At Northfield. That was in January, so had from January off until she started at Croton and made a break there, but had 7 months off after her 3-year-old campaign.
That was a good rest.
Mm-hmm.
She's fresh. The number 2 is Spunky with Don Irvine Jr. Deborah DeWolf trained. She's an owned and bred. She's a 3-year-old filly by Creaton out of Awesome Andrea by Awesome Victory. She is 1 start this year, and that was at the Northfield field. Trotted 2.6 in a qualifier. No, it was 1 pari-mutuel lifetime. Did qualify at Scioto at 2, 3, and 1. She does have speed. She made a break last week, but has been in 2, 1, and 3 as a qualifier at Scioto last September. And this is her 7th lifetime start. No wins, 1 second, 1 third, and she can do.
So Captain Cam is a 3-year-old by Southwind Cameo. Mary Burkhold will drive. She also trains for George Burkhold from Sarasota, Florida. This horse has had 1 start this year as in a maiden race at Greenville, made a couple of breaks. But earlier than that, in her 2-year-old season, had been racing at Sunshine Meadows in the Florida, looks like the Florida Sire Stakes, Florida Breeder Stakes. So this is just her second start as a 3-year-old.
And if you look, it was trained down there by Miles McNichol, which is Mickey McNichol, Magical Mike, as they call him. Oh, no, that was a chance.
Yeah.
And, but Miles McNichols, they call him. He's had a lot of good horses and a lot of Ohio bred too. But number 4 is Long Way to the Top. This is a 2-year-old by Long Tom out of Expressive Victor by Valley Victor. Brenda L. Burwell Edwards trains her from Bucyrus, Ohio. Dale Edwards is a trainer and driver. Has yet to get it. Was been timed in 2:13 at Bowling Green and Attica with brakes. If it stays trotting, can trot.
MJ's Honor and Mike Spearman have the 5-hole. Mike is the trainer for Philip Spearman, who is from Frederickstown. This is just a 2-year-old. It's a DeJarmbro out of a Cadabra mare. Had 4 starts this year, 1 win. That was at Bucyrus in 2, 6, and 4. But after that win at Bucyrus, he went to Northfield and trotted in 2-1 and 2-1 and 4.
Number 6 is Poor Pop Wyatt. Trained and owned and driven and bred by Alan D. Anderson of Richwood, Ohio. This is a 2-year-old colt by Volstead out of Notable Karen by New and Notable. 4 starts, 1 second, and 1 third on his career. Has trotted in Greenville at 2, 6, and 3. Here's a post parade for today's finale.
Here are the horses for the 12th race, today's 12th and final, sponsored by Edgeton Farms of Ashley, Ohio. Logan Ebersol's on 1, Emmanuel Miller on 2, Jeff Nysonger on 3. 1 is Barley Cake, driver change, Logan Ebersol. 2 is Spunky, make that driver Emmanuel Miller. 3, Captain Cam and Jeff Nysonger. 4, Long Way to the Top with Dale Edwards driving. 5, MJ's Honor, Mike Spearman. And the 6 is Poor Pop Wyatt, Alan Anderson in the sulky. That's the field for...
Okay, so a couple more drivers to make sure you got those. The 1 Barley Cake, Logan Ebersol. The 2 Spunky, Emmanuel Miller. And the 3 Captain Cam, Jeff Nysongers. You were talking about the 6 horse who is by Volstead, and the most inexpensive Volstead that was sold at public auction as a yearling last year just won her 5th Ohio Sire Stakes leg. Sugar Instead won at Scioto Downs. I think it was Friday, may have been even Thursday, but she's won all 5 legs of the Ohio Sire Stakes. She was an $11,000 purchase.
Second in the next gen, right?
Yep, second in the next
Is Ronnie
gen.
still driving her?
Ronnie's still driving her, yep.
Awesome.
Trained by Ronnie Gillespie. She was sold, I think, right before the next gen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She sold right before that to Joyce McClellan and David Wills, and they've just been having a good ride since then. I mean, she's just been racing absolutely super. I think she won in 56 flat, but she was an $11,000 Volstead purchase, and like we said, that she was the most inexpensive one sold of Volsteads. They sold from $11,000 all the way up to $175,000.
Wow.
So.
Yep. Well, there's always we always said these. Have your horse. They do not know what they were how much they cost. Right. And you can see it. Some of them, there's 11,000. I've seen them 200,000. I'll be worth 2 cents.
Yeah.
But I have to keep the medium right around 15,000 is a good price.
So we only have 1 horse in this field who has won a race, and that's MJ's Honor. So somebody else may be breaking their maiden today.
This is it. Tonight's the night. They're moving in behind the gate for the 12th. From Mount Gilead, Ohio, our finale. We will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. bright and early. His heirs, Ratliff.
into trotting except for Spunky. Spunky is on a break as they left away. Also funky gated there, MJ's Honor. On into the turn they go, and it's Captain Cam. And Captain Cam goes out looking for the lead. Barley Cake is there in second as they will move around the turn. It's a Poor Pop Wyatt who's there in third. Long way to the top is fourth. In their fifth, MJ's Honor in the trailer. That's Spunky as they trot on up the backstretch for the first time, and it's Captain Cam. The captain thus far, Jeff Nysonger's out there a wing dinging on the lead. He leads them out there by 2. Barley Cake is there in second. Poor Pop Wyatt is third. In their fourth is Long Way to the Top, 34 and 3. Next we have MJ's Honor, and a long way back to Spunky. As they move around the turn, they'll straighten away and come down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and the leader is Captain Cam. In there to be second is a Barley Cake. As they now drive up on the outside, here comes MJ's Honor, who's now third and trying to crank it up onto the leader. Next we have Poor Pop Wyatt. Next is Long Way to the Top, and Spunky needs some spunk. He's got a long way to come, the half in 107 and 2. They'll move around the turn with Captain Cam on the lead. On the outside, MJ's Honor is there in second. It's Barley Cake third. In their fourth comes a Poor Pop Wyatt. Then it's Long Way to the Top as they trot up the backstretch to 3/4. MJ's Honor the leader, losing stride, Captain Cam. Captain Cam on a dead run there as they continue by 3/4 mile mark of the race. And out there with the lead, it is still MJ's Honor in 139. In their second, Barley Cake, who's now trying to dial in the leader. Moving around the turn to the top of the stretch, MJ's Honor, Barley Cake, and Logan Eversole. They're moving to the outside. They're at the top of the stretch, and Barley Cake is picking them up and laying them down. In their second, MJ's Honor outside Poor Pop Wyatt. It's Barley Cake. Barley Cake will win. Poor Pop Wyatt second. Long Way to the Top is third. 2:12, 2/5.
I really liked her out on the track, but I didn't want to say anything after I looked at the program because she didn't look great in the program. But boy, she really raced good. She was off for a long time there too. It was only her second start back since like January.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, she's the one that was racing at Northfield Park in the dead of the winter and then took a break.
And the break was a good break. She
Yes.
didn't have any breaks. This is unofficial, looks like 1:64. And the unofficial mile in 2:12 and 3. And that is a lifetime mark.
Captain Cam looked really good on the front end too until he jumped it off and
He did.
didn't settle real well either.
He he never came back, but he looked great on the front end.
Mm-hmm.
And I says, this might be because he'd had since last December off. This is basically his first start. He was in Greenville, but he made a break so far. But I thought they put the Nysonger's up behind him, and away he went. But 2:12 and 3, 1:64. That would be Barley Cake, Poor Pop Wyatt, and Long Way to the Top, who stayed flat.
Barley Cake is just a 4-year-old by Express Glide out of a 32 mare, R Flirty.
First time on the board in 11 lifetime starts. They're running down the winner's circle, clicking their heels. It's a good feeling. We have to.
After winning the 12th race, it's the one Barley Cake.
Barley Cake is a 4-year-old bay mare by Express Glide out of our Flirty 2 by 32. On my Lori Farnes Smith, Marlon Smith is the trainer, and Logan Eversole, the winning driver. Time of the mile 2:12 and 2. This one sponsored by Edgeton Farms of Ashley, Ohio. So Barley Cake was the winner, Spunky 5th, Captain Cam 6th. Long Way to the Top was 3rd. MJ's Honor 4th, Poor Pop Wyatt 2nd. 156, 342 on the bottom, 34 and 3, 107 and 2, 139, 212 and 2.
With that, we will wrap it up for the 12th race today and for today's live racing program. We encourage you to be back here tomorrow. Another card of exciting racing action for you tomorrow, post time at 11.
Okay, so as Ayers said, post time at 11 tomorrow morning, and don't forget tonight at 5 o'clock, join in for a broadcast from Caldwell. Caldwell also tomorrow at 5. We are at 11 right here. Then we go to Van Wert, Canton. We're just covering the state this week, so there's a lot of racing to be watched. So I hope everybody can join in and watch all the races.
And Susan, this was a pleasant afternoon. Great racing. No glitches, thanks to our superb tech, Matt Clark.
We didn't have to worry about the equipment getting overheated today.
No, all rained on. That's the best thing. But
very pleasant.
Want to thank you folks for joining us. As again, we'll be back tomorrow at 11. On behalf of Susan Schroeder, this is Tom Pye, the harness guy, Matt Clark, our Super Tech, and everyone else in OHHA. We want to say good night or good afternoon from Mount Gilead, and we shall see you tomorrow.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Cool Winds Farm, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.